Great. So, yeah, you guys, if I remember correctly, there's a certain kitty cat that is up. Um,
Hmm.
I believe Bemmy is trancing. Or no, Bemmy finished where, let's see. This would be 4 in. So Bemmy has had a chance to trance. He's just doing Bemmy stuff. Uh, Hick, I think you only need like 4 hours too, so you definitely would have been relatively rested, I believe, as much as you need to
Um,
be.
she doesn't have to rest or trance. Well, she doesn't have to trance, but she does have to be still for a period of time. They're like, don't do
Yeah, it's the
labor the week.
equivalent of like a trance. Let me look at the number here.
Yeah.
You don't require sleeping to remain conscious during a long rest, although you must still refrain. Okay, so it is a full 8 hours. It's just you have to be weaving or something in that time, or I don't know, plotting or whatever moth people do. So,
Rubbing the tiny little hands together while watching everyone sleep.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, regardless, you guys are mostly asleep. I think Bemmy was. I don't remember if he already did a shift. Actually, I would know by looking at perception checks. That would be a good way to know. Yeah, Bemmy must be going later because I don't see his check for this night. And yeah, that means that Bemmy, you're probably kind of coming out of your restful trance, and you hear kind of a rumbling voice saying something in Giant, which is weird because you're not sure if everyone there speaks Giant. Um,
I know I do.
you do, and this is what you hear being spoken, which is interesting because I believe person on watch, Ludger, does not speak it, so he doesn't understand what's being said. So you come out and see an enormous bald figure of a giant in armor with two like curved swords, not katanas, in his hands, and is speaking to Ludger, kind of not like in a super aggressive, not yelling or anything, but definitely in a very stern tone.
Oh man, I wish Scott was here. Okay. Uh,
He did say
Tucker.
he's looking forward to hearing Bemmy's interpretation of that.
Uh, um, Lugger. He's he he thinks that you're not alive. Um, he's basically saying that something's animating you. Um, and there's like a foreign magic of the dead. You know, not of the how do you say Kabaran, but it's similar. And he wants you to explain yourself, or he's probably going to smash you to death.
And let's
Oh,
see.
yeah, and be in the name of Carrick. I believe he said his name was. Been a
Which
while since I spoke giant.
that's the name of the giant god of death. Um, so let's see here. Okay, so this is apparently what our good Ludger says. Which Benny, it's up to you how you want to translate this.
Okay.
Because like this thing, this ghostly apparition is looking at you guys, um, just very clearly waiting for a reply. Um, yeah, everyone else, it's up to you guys how much you think a big
I,
giant voice would wake you up.
I was gonna say, like, we're awake, and I'm like one eye open, like I hate you.
I
When you
mean,
say, so when you say big giant voice, like how big are we talking? Because Purser is a heavy sleeper.
Um, I would say like not megaphone, but definitely. Oh, let's see, what's a good way to? like the equivalent of someone almost yelling in the same room you're in. Like that's just his
Okay.
normal. This is someone who probably had a booming voice by giant standards, like
Mm-hmm.
authoritatively asking a question and expecting an answer.
Okay.
So it's up to
So
you if
So
you
Purser
make
is
that's
that big.
the ghost,
Yeah, there's
right?
a like looking outside, you see an enormous figure that you very quickly you quickly realize it's not just the mist. This person is like incorporeal.
I grab my new nifty staff and I'm like, what the actual fuck? Verbatim.
Okay. Bemmy's just holding the cat, petting him. I mean, it's either we get out of this, or it's not our problem no more, because we'll be turned into jelly. Okay, word
You're
for word.
awfully nonchalant about this.
I mean, I've seen a lot of dead people.
I bet you have.
Hmm. Anyway,
so. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, it's okay. Bemmy would just go word for word, like sentence by sentence, if Ludger
Okay.
is standing next to him.
Okay. Yeah, just go through it. No Bemi translation here, just directly
Nope,
into Giant. Okay.
nope, because I feel like he understands the weight and gravity of the situation. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
he wants to make sure his words are right.
Okay. Um, fair enough. Purser.
So, unfortunately, Scott isn't actually here
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
this long-awaited interaction. So, Purser will just pay very close attention to this confession of being an unholy abomination.
I don't think he's confessing to being that.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Purser's a
Anyways.
lot better at reading subtext with these things than you are, clearly.
If he's trying to be sneaky about it, does he say that he whispered it to Bemmy and then Bemmy is translating it into Giant and we wouldn't know
No, he
anyway?
was
I
not.
speak giant.
He
so.
was not being sneaky. This was, he's yeah. Um, but anyways, I will say that, and I know this didn't mean anything, but when there was a detect undead that went off, he did not show up on that, if I remember correctly, or detect evil or something. He didn't show up as undead. So, but
Did,
uh,
did anyone ever do that?
I
Yes.
feel like either
We've done it a
you
few times.
or Shayla, or not Shayla,
Satalis.
Satalis, thank you. Either you or Satalis did it, and he did
Mm-hmm.
not show
I
up as
haven't.
that. Oh, you did not? Okay, so then it was definitely Satalis.
Yeah,
Whoever
no,
did it. Yeah.
it didn't even, he didn't even, like, he didn't even ping. So, like, when he
Yeah.
says this, it's kind of like, what?
Yeah. Who knows? There's ways to hide it. And, the undead are nefarious. But
Mm-hmm.
regardless, let's see. Yes. He's just stating it. Dan, would you mind having Ludger give me a persuasion check? Yeah, I feel like a
Yes.
flat roll is appropriate here.
Persuasion?
Indeed. Okay. Uh, sorry, my alarm to let me know that the game is happening just went off because I'm an
Mm.
hour behind. But yeah, this ghostly spirit doesn't seem to. He seems more confused by anything. Like there's a lot of references here.
Good friends. I speak in giant.
You do. Yep.
He is not undead. I have scanned him before with my magics.
Yeah, the giant turns its attention to you and just says, kind of squints. Seems to be it looks like he's having a hard time making most of you out. Like he definitely listened when Bemi talked, but he kind of leaned in. You, you are one of those torn from the tower? No, different. Regardless,
blink.
your magic is not. Your magic is wrong. This creature is animated by. It's not malevolent, but it is not natural. It is outside the order.
If it's not malevolent, then why are you treating it as such?
The Queen of the Dead will have her due. And he doesn't quite stomp, but you get the feeling that this is very not lawful stupid, but this is a rules are rules type thing.
So when he stomps, Purser doesn't understand any word being said here, but
Yeah.
at the aggressive seeming stomp, he'll
Yep.
draw his sword.
You once again, you would expect some reaction to that. He seems to be having a hard time noticing the rest of you. Like his eyes keep being drawn back to Ludger, or Ludger.
I don't want to get into a fight. I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on Ludger
Okay.
and hope that maybe that'll hide him from this person's sight just a bit.
Does anyone want to try and discuss things with this ghostly giant, or
I mean, I'll
prepare to
discuss it.
run, or anything besides a head-on confrontation with a
I
possible
don't know if
ghostly giant
telepathy
paladin?
works on the dead.
What?
Does telepathy work on the dead?
It could. What depends on the circumstances. I think, yeah, ghosts still count as creatures.
Yeah,
And
as
a
long
creature, yeah.
as he's actually there and not just projecting from somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it would work. Yeah, any creature, and a ghost counts as a creature. So
Well, Pick is being quiet because she's a slave species to them. So she's like, I bet if I talked up to him, he'd just be like, silence, slave.
maybe.
But also does not understand the conversation. Does not speak giant.
Oh, doesn't have John. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Friend, this is not your quarry, and this is not a dead person or an abomination. This is a man who is aiding the inhabitants of this island.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me a persuasion as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Trying, guys.
he doesn't seem to be buying it. It's it's not even that he's not buying it. It's just he seems to be increasingly agitated, and there's definitely the confusion that he kind of displayed when Ludger tried to explain things. Is just he just seems to be getting more and more agitated, and is um starts not quite ranting, but definitely going on about how um the he can't get back to the main the capital to check the prisons, and he can't and Hankal is closed to him. What will he do with the order? And he's just rambling about something called the Grave Wardens, and what's he going to do to keep those to keep the monsters of the um, Borin in check, and he's just going on and on. He's just kind of getting more and more agitated, talking himself into a frenzy.
I am gonna mind league with Pick, and do you know what Hankal, Grave Wardens, or Warren are?
Do I know what those are?
Give me a history check. Wait a minute, you're not on your
I
computer. I'll give you a history check.
No.
All
But I
right.
know that I was gonna look at the priestess and be like, "Hey, priestess, like, what's up, girl?"
You know what? With her helping, we'll say it's at advantage.
Oh, sweet.
All right. So instead of a 10, you got a 20. Because you're thinking, and she murmurs something about the Grave Wardens being an order of the ancient giants dedicated to hunting down the undead. That triggers some memories. So, As far as those various things, yes, you're able to remember that the Grave Wardens were an ancient order, kind of similar to, like, vaguely similar to the Drow of Telbec and your own people, where there's a strong veneration of death tied to like the natural order cycles of life. Um, there was definitely an element of that there, but they did more. They went all across Zendrick, uh, tracked down undead, and were one of the active forces. Like, they helped set up the original containment of the Hobaran, which you don't know much about, but it's one of those things where they're apparently what happens when elves really, really delve into necromancy to an obscene degree. There's still boogeymen, and like in the giant legends, the giants regarded them as like some of the worst things to exist. And let's see, and yeah, the you're not sure about the prisoners in the capital, but you know that the Grave Warden order, things that they couldn't destroy, liches without a phylactery and things like that, they would basically just like bind or otherwise contain and just throw in cells basically in the capital.
Okay, sounds good. Pick will then flutter down and stand on Ludger's shoulders and look at the giant and say, um, he intends to remain respectful to the cycle. He has sanctioned rights to travel and benefit to these lands, and then he will not break the cycle any longer.
Okay.
But he is escorted and sanctioned. Of course, she is lying,
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say that this is a deception one here. Let's do that. All right, pick.
help me lie! Someone help me lie!
Yes, totally. Yes.
Okay.
Completely agree.
I believe everything they're saying.
I mean, it was a 16 on your straight roll anyway, so you're fine.
Yes, with advantage. So he like that's enough to cut him off mid rant. Now I assume you're doing this like telepathically. Let me see. Let me see how that works for. I didn't
Yeah,
notice.
and she's standing on Ludger like he is just a piece of furniture at the moment. Like, this is mine. I take it.
Okay. Magic ability to any willing creature. Does it need to share language? Okay, good. All right, does not need to share language. That's the relevant part here.
I love that we don't need to share language with these things. It's so great. It makes this ability so much more useful.
uh,
Well, I mean, I legitimately can't speak, so I think it's only fair because I couldn't make the noises anyway. I just can
you
go
can make
chitter chitter.
noises, but they're all like chittering. Yeah.
Well, mine, the Mind Link also does that, and I'm like, how much worse would this fucking ability be if I didn't, if I could only like my
That's
languages?
yeah. There's some. Um, but with that, like I said, that's enough to cut it off mid rant. It seems to like kind of stop building up to something, and looks at you and seems to consider you, and like really has to squint, crouches down, and that still brings like you're still kind of looking up at its chin, but
I
there's
look
this
like an authoritative, puffed up boss. Like, I try to look as official as possible. It's like,
atop an old like soldier.
yeah, she's got her little hands on her hips, like the second bottom set, and then she's got the other ones where she's like got them crossed. Like, yeah, I am very authoritative. I speak for this creature.
Yeah.
Or do you speak for the trees?
She does actually. Um, but yeah, he kind of leans down and looks at you and just replies in giant, which if someone wants to translate for her, that's good. Um, he would say, "It's yes, it is not of the plane of malevolence. If you are one of the freed, if you will watch this creature, and you will go to the prison, Yes, you could do this for me. You will go to the prison and you will ensure that none of them have escaped. If that is the case, then this thing can continue.
She looks very serious and like she means every word of it. I will go to the prison and I will make sure none of them have escaped. And I will escort this creature there.
Yeah, and he definitely seems just like really relieved, and his whole like he actually gets a little lighter. Like it was like watching under his skin like storm clouds kind of gather, or his ethereal skin thing. Um, but yeah, he kind of steps back and good. I will wait here for your return to the swamps. Tell me what's happened with the charges, that I may rest. And yeah, with that he starts to kind of just dissolve into the just constant fog that fills the swamp. And yeah, the there's a moment's like silence as the insects and amphibians and whatnot of the swamp slowly start sounding off again.
Whew. Looks at them. Close. Very close.
So I will point out that if things had maybe gotten hairy, you are within running distance at the edge of the swamp, which you're fairly certain pick. Usually apparitions like this have a hard time like maintaining their form outside of the manifest zones. So you could probably have run. That might have been a good option if things had gone sideways.
Running is always good. Can someone message me, because we're close to home but not, to check the prisons and make sure the prisoners have not escaped for giant in the swamp? Just so I can remember for later.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. Cool. Yeah. So with that, like I said, the night seems to go on uneventfully for the next watch. But just for funsies, I forget. Let's see. It was Ludger, no wait, yeah, it was Purser,
Who's the last person
Satalis,
on watch?
Ludger. Yeah, whoever was the last person. It might have been Bemmy, honestly. It was either Bemmy or Pick, and I'm gonna assume it was Bemmy because Pick is not at her Pick self right now.
That's
So
that's fair. That's fair.
yeah. So yeah, just a perception check.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, Okay, hold on. Sorry, I
No
gotta
problem.
change batteries in the mouse.
I've done that. I finally got a rechargeable one, but now I have to like remember to plug it in before the end of the day.
There we go.
So, as soon as the giant disappears,
Mm-hmm.
Purser starts striding confidently toward Ludger.
Mm-hmm.
Sword still drawn. He doesn't put it away first. And then he'll poke Ludger in the chest and
Hey!
basically like yell in his face, "You're on a narrow bridge, Karn."
Hey! Stop it!
Fair enough. Yeah, Ludger.
Actually, don't you have to poke him? You have to roll a wisdom save.
Well, it's not an attack, but yeah,
That's true. It's a gesture.
it's about intent.
But
I mean, I'm willing to do that, but put this
no,
down.
I would say unless it's meant to be an attack. Yeah, it's more like gesturing threateningly. This falls into the intimidation category, I would say.
This is going in my report. My superiors will tell me what to do with you.
What report? What superiors?
And then he just stomps his way back to his tent.
What?
Pick just looks very confused at Satalis and is like, they were friends, now not friends?
I don't know if Purser knows what the meaning of the word is right now.
shared his tent with you. Come on.
I mean,
I-
he's not the worst.
He's not.
I mean, I
He's
like him.
been
At
very
least
nice.
he tells the truth. At least what he feels to be the truth, and that's good for a friend. I mean, he's just struggling right now. It's okay. He'll come around.
I just wish Scott was here.
Yeah.
It just feels bad, like
Yeah.
imposing this on him when he can't even
No,
defend
no, no.
himself.
It's I talked to them about it. It's good. Um, but if need be, we'll retcon the initial, like, just for a what really happened. We can do that. There's no
That's
problem with
fair.
that.
That's fair.
But yeah, he definitely is oddly silent in this version of reality. That may change in the future. But regardless, once all of the things have settled, Bemi, your perception check reveals to you that you don't notice anything initially, but you do see um, a figure that is lingering on the edge of the campsite. Well, not edge, but just sort of like in it. And it is Elu is not. She seems to be like kind of debating something and ends up like changing her mind and goes back to her sleeping area after thinking about something.
Who
But
does?
the priestess with you,
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
she was she seemed to be thinking about something, but maybe the moment was ruined. Who knows? But yeah, the sun doesn't rise really, but it gets noticeably brighter, as presumably outside the banks of fog and mist that just cover the area are slowly lit up by a rising sun somewhere beyond.
Putting on the elfish bone sunglasses.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Gonna
And yeah,
just get a good stretch in. Go over to the fire. Maybe throw a little bit more wood on. Start getting breakfast.
okay, fair enough.
Hopefully people start to wake up.
You, it's up to you guys if you've been carefully like stretching your rations out, but if not, what native swamp cuisine would you be cooking up, Benny, for people for breakfast?
It would definitely be like frog from that giant frog we had
Oh
killed
yeah,
earlier.
that's true. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, just some frog, delicious frog meat, um, seasoned with ghost peppers. They're common around here.
Look,
Now, okay,
I'm
I
gonna
want to
be real with
clarify: are
you.
these ghost peppers as in like spooky spirit peppers or hot peppers?
Yes.
Okay.
As I see him put one in, I say that's enough. We are not from here.
Oh, Purser would actually get excited about it. He's like, "Yeah,
No,
just keep them coming."
no. That's when Siltalis goes, no, I would like to actually taste my food today. Yesterday I lost my tongue.
It
Ah, you
tastes like burning.
you Sirens are too soft.
Everything's
More
gonna taste
peppers.
everything's gonna taste like rubber for a month.
That one is enough. That's plenty of spice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Look, hey, look. I'm sorry, Purser, but I'm only gonna use one pepper.
Miyamal likes using a lot, so that's
How-
where you learn.
Look, I have to work up to this, Purser. Leave me alone.
How many of those peppers do you have?
Look, tell you what, I'll give you a couple so you can put it on yourself. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, compromise fine. We're good. We're doing fantastic. Look, let's go.
And the heck, I'll ask since I've not personally had this, but I've been very entertained by having it happen before. How experienced is Purser with handling like ridiculous pepper stuff?
Oh, Thrains love spicy food.
Right, no, I know they love it, but it's one of those like, have you personally made it before? Like, have you handled the peppers as you add them, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. So then you know, like,
Maybe not fresh peppers if that's what we've got, but like
the,
in dried and like flaked
that
form.
still counts. This is a do you know to wash your hands before, say, doing
Touching your
something like going
eyes.
to the bathroom? So
Oh, yeah.
that's all right. Good. Um, because I've been in places where people learn that lesson. All
I
right.
mean, he's also an
Uh,
alchemist. Like, that's
yeah,
basic
yeah,
safety.
yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So you guys have a invigorating, but not too invigorating breakfast, and you're ready to set off and leave these unique swamps behind you for the moment. Does
Woo!
anybody want to do anything before you head out?
Uh, apart from just taking the moment and just appreciating the swamp for what it gives us, for what we can eat, just be like, yeah, you know what? Today's gonna be a good day, everybody. We're gonna try to make this the best day ever.
Nice.
Cause,
All
cause
right.
we, cause we deserve it, guys.
As long as we're out of that disgusting pit.
Yeah, that sucked. I didn't like that. Good
I don't
shot on that ghost, you got to admit.
Hmm.
I don't know if Purse is referring to the entire swamp or the actual pit.
I know how
uh,
Bemby's taking it.
yeah. But yeah. So let's see if I remember correctly. It's about
So
takes about 3 hours, but before
once
even the
we,
yeah, go
oh,
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Once we get out of like the mud and muck and all that, Purser will like find a tree on like drier land and just like angrily scrape all the mud off of his boots on it.
Okay. Yeah. So at this point, like I said, it's a gradual thing. The ground becomes more firm. The fog starts to slowly leave, and all of you, like there's not the banks of fog that are everywhere just kind of give way to brighter and brighter tropical sunlight, and the air feels free of that, like almost not immediately. You can't reach out and touch it, but there was just a gloom that seemed to saturate everything. And even knowing how dangerous the jungle has been on the island so far, like this might not be any safer, but it is refreshing, I will say, for just about everybody. Um, Pick, it's up to you if it's, take it or leave it. It's just different. But um,
Both is
this
good.
is, yeah, this is a very nice change for people who maybe aren't quite used to both tropical swamps and manifest zones tied to the realm of death. So this is
Feel like home. This is nice.
yeah, it's just a little refreshing. Um, but yeah, you know, just based off what you're able to figure out from the rough map you have and the estimations that you've made as you travel along, assuming you're going the right way, you have probably about the rest of the day to get, like, you'll be pushing it, but you should, like, just a little bit after dark, you should get to this, like, campsite or whatever it is. They just said it's a ruin site or something like that. Um, but yeah, what pace do you guys want to set as you travel? Since you're out of the swamp now, and it's believable that you could take a faster pace if you wanted to.
Well, I mean, the terrain really didn't slow us down to begin with.
Mechanically, it did not. That's true, but it was like if they hadn't had someone who had a thing to, like, terrain
Ah,
doesn't slow you down,
gotcha.
that would have been
Yep.
awful. And
That would have
now
sucked.
you can go. Now you could theoretically do like the double time, where it's like you cover 30 miles a day instead of standard, or just go for your standard 24. You think you'll still get there with a standard 24. It's just it'll be real late by the time the sun will definitely have set, I should say.
Mostly the difference is if we move at a fast pace, we have disadvantage on any perception checks.
Exactly.
Let me see something quick.
It's okay to take time, but she isn't going to speak up either way unless somebody's like, we should really rush it.
To be perfectly honest with you, I guess I want to ask, how much of a hurry are we in?
That's up to you
Mm.
guys.
Yeah, Purser's in no hurry whatsoever. He's leaving it up to the natives on like those important decisions.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
that makes
be
sense.
slow as smooth as fast.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Yeah, then in that case, just continue on the regular pace. You can definitely do so. And let's see here if anything happens as you travel. That means that. Oh, okay. Yeah. So as you guys are traveling along, you find what looks like. At first, it's like you're just kind of taking a quick lunch break type thing, not really breaking your stride as far as mechanically, but it's everybody's sitting down, getting something to eat, checking for snakes when you go to sit down, that type of thing. And we will say, I feel like Satalis. Normally, I would say either Ludger or Satalis, but you sit down and like your seat slides a little bit as you sit down. It was just a stump or
Ugh.
something covered in weeds. As you get up, you see that it's actually what looks like the top of like a pillar or something. Um, and as you kind of look at it, it's like you look around and not all of them are there, but this was definitely at some point some kind of support pillars for maybe a building or something. But they're carved in a very I don't know, it would be like the Greek columns thing equivalent for Eberron. It carved very much like that, where it's like sort of the top of a Greek column, probably a pretty big one. Um, so
So they're
like maybe
giant
there's
scaled.
yeah, giant scaled exactly. So maybe there was a building around these parts at some point. But there's no other real evidence. Whatever magic is at play for some of the ruins, at least the ones that you find fairly easily, must have either failed or wasn't present here, meaning that it just basically got buried as time went on. So, but yeah, no, that's the most noteworthy thing that happens during the day. If you guys want to, I don't know, like try and haul giant chunks of marble around, that's an option. But barring that, it's not anything particularly exciting. It's just, oh, there was a ruin here.
Oh yeah, Purser loved going through the swamp so much he wants to make it even harder on the way back.
Yeah, yeah, just what the cap of a giant-sized pillar of marble strapped to your back.
Instead of sinking into the ground 3 inches, let's go for 3 feet. Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually I did lie. I almost forgot that I had this ready. So not far outside of that ruin, you come. It's just a little after midday. You're getting up from your lunch of whatever, more seasoned frog if you want it. I'd say you're running low on that at this point, but whatever. Um, you come upon a wide forest clearing overflowing with massive red flowers. Just brilliant scarlet flowers. The air is filled with their smell, a sweet scent that seems to numb the nose if inhaled too long. Um, the flowers seem to grow in like stalks, where they start out very small, like up to probably chest level almost, and then they like bloom bigger. The blooms get bigger and bigger. Um, in a very it doesn't seem like that with how big the blooms get, they should be able to be supported. But yeah, it gets probably about 7 or 8 feet tall at the highest patches of these things. And the air is absolutely filled with their smell, a sweet kind of clinging scent that, like as you breathe it in for a little bit, it kind of numbs your nose a little. But yeah, you're standing in
Is
front of
it
this massive field of flowers.
is it survival or nature to maybe know what those are?
Let's say survival.
Are we gonna have to walk through that
You could walk
field?
around, but it would add probably about an hour onto your thing. Nice. Okay. And I see you're able to roll it, so congrats on avoiding the crazy train. Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see if the future articles are there yet.
So
There were still cops and they were still moving it when we went past, so we'll see.
nice. But yeah, Hick, let me send you some stuff. So there we go. And I will send you what those are. There you go.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, Pick would tell everyone to stop, and she'd say, "Painless rest flower. They make you numb anywhere they touch. They are not dangerous on their own, kind of useful, but they are filled with scissor beetles, and those are carnivorous. They are about, if Purser lets her, she takes his hand and holds it up and points to his thumbnail and was like, that big, or whoever lets her.
Yeah, that's fine with Purser.
And it's like, they build nests around the bottom and they hide under leaves. And when you walk through and you are numb, they know that you cannot feel and they begin to eat you. And then you begin bleeding before you know something is wrong. And they are probably a lot of dead skeletons in there. Many skeletons in there. I bet that is Field of Death. Nods excitedly.
So Purser just takes a deep breath. I hate this place so much.
Not that bad. At least she knows, so she warned us.
You
By
had
the
to
way,
know
I
what
would
you
like to
were
get
getting into.
some of these flowers because they'll be useful for healing.
Yeah,
You want me
like
to help you
these
pick
would be
flowers, Lily?
tremendously useful for like anesthetics type thing. That's sorry, Bemmy, what were you saying?
You want me to help you pick flowers, silly?
Yes, I just also don't want to deal with beetles.
Woo! Okay.
Okay.
And then how are we going to get through here without...
Well, that's a good question. Let me put you on the map.
Oh no.
Here, here, looker. Here, let's see, shows up. Purser here, and Citalis here. All right. Hey guys. So you could go around, or you could try and burn or cut a path. Those would probably anger the beetles that sort of consider these things home. But, you know, they're bugs. How bad can they get? So, yeah, you have some options. What do you want to do?
So, before we do anything, now Purser normally wears his coat nice and loose to deal with the jungle heat as best he can,
Yes.
but he'll get it like all buttoned up nice and tight, tuck it into his pants, and cinch it up tight, just
Probably a good
closing up as
idea.
many gaps as he can.
Yeah.
He like
Yeah.
rolls up his like bootlegs and tucks them into the pants and just does everything he can. He does not like bugs.
Yeah. That's a very fair thing to say.
Aww.
Ah.
And the flowers require like skin contact. It's not like a gas in the air.
Skin contact, but judging by the fact that your noses get a little numb from breathing in, probably if you like breathed in concentrated amount, it will like numb areas that have nerves to feel things, but you know, it's not gonna knock you out.
Put on
Okay,
some
let me go
gloves
ahead
too.
and put something over my mouth and nose. Just, some mask. I don't want to breathe it in. Um, hmm.
We could go
I
round.
I was going to say it might not be worth trying to go through here, especially if burning or clearing the area will only incite these insects. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I leave it up to you guys. You would definitely be getting in. You'd be putting in extra hours of travel, but if you're willing to add on about hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, yeah, you could definitely just walk around.
I'm okay with that. I'm
Better than eaten by tiny bug,
yeah,
angry scissor bug.
yeah.
But there also might be cool dead people stuff in there because they probably died with all their stuff and no one will go in to get it.
Oh yes, cool Zendrick people stuff.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe there's a nice pair of boots in there.
I doubt they're better than mine.
I look at his boots and I'm like, what?
Nice boots. But they're also not filled with like beetles chewing holes in his skin, so that's a
Yeah.
factor.
Yeah, they're like standard issue Templar boots. Good
Which
quality.
I
Well
feel
kept.
would look nice. You know, it's
Yeah.
they'd go for polishable nice boots.
I mean, they're representing the silver flame. They gotta look pretty fly.
Which does beg the question: are they black or are they like white? Is what
Oh,
do they go for?
they're nice utilitarian, like black.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. They're in worse condition than usual because like he didn't carry like boot polishing oil with him on this trek into the swamp.
Yeah,
But he tries to keep his gear clean and well kept as best he can.
yeah, I get you. Okay. So yeah, you could definitely, like I said, now that you know about it, you could leave. You could try and get some samples to see like how effective this is as a anesthesia. There we go. You could any of those things.
I'd like to grab some flowers, but also not. I'd like to go around.
Okay. So one before the other, I imagine, right? Like you want
Yes.
to. Okay. So give me a nature check to see about getting like a smaller stock of these, maybe that doesn't have a swarm of beetles.
I look
I will assist.
at Bimmy and pick.
You have someone assisting you. Why would you need to?
Okay. This is gonna be. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
Let's see. Do you want survival or?
But she actually got an 18.
Oh snap!
Feeling brave. So, yeah, she was with Purser. Purser, how do you help with just cut here? No.
So I'm just gonna help. I'm gonna keep an eye out for bugs. I'm gonna collect a few clippings myself. You know, just be there. An extra set
Yeah.
of hands.
Yeah, that is enough in this. And you're able to get a fairly small one. It hasn't grown to the like full 7 or 8 foot height, probably only about 4 feet up, near the edge of the patch of these flowers because they seem to shade out everything else. And yeah, as it comes down, there's some kind of fluttering, as you definitely hear it. Like there's some agitated insects nearby, but there weren't any that were calling this particular clump of roots home. So yeah, it
Good.
comes down. There's a like visible. They have a. If you didn't know why they have so much pollen, you would be like, wow, this is kind of strange because there's like a small cloud of just a little bit of red in the air as it hits the ground. And yeah, being very careful with it, you can strip off the flowers, and there's ample enough for you and Purser's purposes, and they're called painless rest flowers. Which, given what tends to happen in the wild with them, is accurate if a bit cruel. Because the people getting eaten don't usually feel the pain, though.
Mm.
Just
Wait a minute. I
stumble
think I've
over
run
them.
into these bugs before.
You have. I recycled them. They were one of my favorite things that I had added to Lost Mines of Phandalin. So
Yeah, I was like, this is sounding so familiar.
yeah, I thought the whole like you don't know you're dying until you're through it really fit the
Yeah.
gig. So yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, you guys are able to go around this beautiful death trap and continue on. So let me zoom in again, all the way. There we go.
What a terrifying symbiotic relationship the flower and the beetles have.
And once we get like a few minutes clear of the flowers, Purser will take his coat off and just beat it over like a tree branch to make sure there's no bugs in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. We stop to make sure no stupid bugs are on us. At least I
Yeah.
do.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Both of
definitely for
you,
me and Feltala since we went in there.
yeah, both of you do that, and I would say, Satalis, you would find that on your sleeve there was a very small beetle. It hadn't
Ah.
been biting or anything, but it was there, and you're able to crush it.
I don't want to crush it. I want to take it back to the flower patch.
Oh, okay, all right, that's definitely an
Yeet
option.
it into the woods.
I mean, I'm not gentle, but I definitely like get out of here. You know how you have a kind of terrifying spider and you put it in a cup and then you like yeet it into your yard, kind of
Yeah.
like
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah,
Not so gently, but
this is
you are putting it back.
Yeah, this is a zoom in of what the little guy looks like. Um,
So
and yeah,
Oh,
any
that's
that Purser
horrifying.
happens to find in himself, he'll like grab in his gloved fingers and just burst them into flames.
Yeah,
Purser.
I'm definitely treating these bugs like I treat scorpions here in Arizona. They're all just gonna die.
which is part of why it's very clear that you're not part of the local tribes, because scorpions are technically sacred to them. Like, that's not to say they won't kill them if they're a threat, but it's also like they are sacred.
That was Zach saying what he does in Arizona. That was, that was
Oh, absolutely. Oh, right, yeah, I get you. Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
I mean, that's a very reasonable thing to do when you're when you're anywhere, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Scorpions are terrifying. So, yeah, you guys. Other than that exciting little thing, you guys continue on, and the sun is well set at this point, but you guys know you're getting close. Um, Leilu says, we should be within a mile or so of the Justified Paranoia tribe.
Wait, what are they called?
The direct translation is Justified Paranoia. And
Fascinating.
All right, just needed to make sure I heard that right.
so
So what is that in Elvish?
I don't know.
Probably sounds prettier.
Yeah, it could. I'm just gonna go with the translation for this one because it's the Hantar Kol tribe, which are the Blood Hunters.
Okay.
So pick this particular tribe's usual territory, because these guys are nomadic. It's not like the Naquala tribes who are repairs. The Naquala, the ones you've been running into, they're sedentary. They farm. They raise animals, that type of thing. Blood hunters or Hantar Kol are pretty. They're, like I said, they're kind of nomadic. You know enough about at least this tribe and some rough details of the Hantar Kol to tell the party about the differences. And I will just once again, I will give this to
She
you,
is
and
happy
it's
to share it.
up to you
Okay.
to decide how much you want to share. But yeah, there you go.
So I guess as we walk, Pick will tell everybody that the tribes we meet so far, they always stay in one place and they grow most of their food. But these are nomadic. They have designated territory. They go around that area, but they like to explore ruins and bring back useful things to trade. They're very small numbers. With the Vokori Drow, usually half of their tribe consists of some other drows from other groups or even outsiders, so they are more accepting. The Volcor the Cunning teach his and her children that it's always worth the effort to sit down and think something through to find a better way of doing it, and have more tools at your disposal. They think it's good to collect so that you have tools down the road. A common joke is that they would rather go look for a decanter of endless water than simply purify the river water. The Hunter Cole account for about half of the people that will tell joke. They will chime in with the legend of the band who passed a staff from hand to hand so quickly it caught fire, the conjurer who went insane, splitting an iron wall into daggers, or the diviner who could kill a city by scrying for it. They are well aware the simple solution may be better day to day, but when you really need something for weird problem, they always have what you need. They are good for this, but they are friendly. I think you will like them. Hopefully that made sense.
Makes sense now.
They sound like eminently sensible people.
Yeah. And just like going over a little bit of info. There's different roles within each group. Usually there's 4 people within these little subgroups within the tribe. There's an Aquasa, which is a leader, speaker, and translator. Which for Corover, it's easy to see this as kind of like it translates roughly as chieftain, but realistically, it's closer to like someone who deals with social interactions more directly. The Kaksat is translates as like athlete, warrior, defender, combat leader, someone who takes front lines, kind of. Pailan is a shamanistic figure, capable of controlling the world around them through various magics. It doesn't really distinguish between druidic, arcane, or holy. And the Vasaku, the Vasaku. Vasaku is a professional expert who, professional expert is an expert usually in specific fields like uh, sneaking very well, or mastering certain tools, or just um, specific skill sets that aren't magical. And yeah, that's specifically the Hantar Cole's tattoos. Unlike the Naqualas, which are related to various like atrocities that the land has suffered, their tattoos indicate their abilities as well as background and achievements. You can make quick fends with a Hantar Cole by recognizing what their tattoos say they can do. If you recognize a tattoo of like, oh, this is when he used so and so to like make yourself fall at just the right speed to not land on the blades, or this is when you used your it's kind of a calling card as well as a advertisement for what they can do. So yeah, a little bit of info about what these people might be like. But yeah, as Pick is explaining this, everyone who's walking on the ground, including your drow friend with the party, your NPC, I need a perception check from all of you.
Okie dokie. Ugh. Ugh.
Do they have to be walking?
Only if
Oh.
if you're not walking, you're good.
Okay.
I mean, my passive is 17, but
I will just say that she's more focused on asking what the tattoos mean so she can like impress people than looking around.
Gotcha. Okay. With the passive, Bemi, that is enough for you and your priestess friend to not notice, or to notice. there's a weird kind of circular pattern where everyone's walking. Like there's a bunch of them around here, and otherwise, I will say
I have a 15. I don't know if that helps.
nope, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, Purser.
Oh,
Purser,
no.
you are hoisted up into the air, like basically as if you stepped into a snare, and like restrained by invisible ropes. You're hanging about 6 feet off the ground, like struggling. It feels like there's like vines or ropes around you, but you can't see them and can't like directly touch them. You're just
Is he like?
restrained.
He's
There's a
not
faint
choking. He's
chime.
not.
He's
He's
yeah,
not
right now
choking. He's okay.
seems like he's
So
restrained.
he's.
Get me down!
Stop yelling. You're gonna
Uh,
attract whoever set the trap.
well, there is a faint chiming that's currently going off where you
Well,
are.
he doesn't need to help them.
He's like angrily thrashing around.
Pick
It-
kind of
Purser!
chitter giggles and then just floats up and cuts the whatever was originally holding it.
there isn't any. Like you're sitting on
Oh,
top
no.
of him
Oh.
looking for something to cut.
Oh my god, I love that image.
I imagine she's
like-
just standing on his feet.
Yeah, she's perched on his feet while he's like, "Get me down!"
Ah!
You wiggle much.
Um, as you say, you wiggle much. There's 3 drow are arriving. Two women, and 1 man. All looking a bit confused at you guys. As
I
Purser
mean,
is yelling.
we're confused too. Don't worry.
Pick
You
waves
think
at them.
you're confused?
I just rolled it. I just rolled a dice to see who got it. It's Purser. Um,
Pick
but-
waves at them and then points down at Purser and is like, "Not food."
yeah, like as you're waving and pointing, one of the women steps forward and says in Elvish, "Greetings. You're near a historical hunting site, so you should probably leave before." And she cuts off when she sees the rest of you and just says, "Leilu. Oh, sorry. Just Jasali had us set these up all around the site. These ones are with you?" And
Yeah.
yeah, Leilu nods and just kind of gestures a little helplessly at like Purser currently flopping.
He's very
And
panicky. If you could
Purser,
let him down, it would be very appreciated. I say
Well-
in Elvish.
what are you
Purser
saying,
doesn't
Purser?
understand a word being said, and he'll just like yell in common, "Get me down from here, or I'll burn this forest to the ground!"
Purser!
Ah!
Pick chitters at him down and he won't understand it, but she does look over, standing on his feet down at him, and then
You
just
pat
chitters
his
angrily.
boots, like you
Uh-huh.
comfortingly pat
Yep.
the bottoms of his boots.
Yep, she's like, "You don't burn forest. Not nice." Pats his boots.
Oh,
To
grumpy.
his credit, he has been very understanding these last day or so.
He's delightful. It's adorable.
It's all coming to a head.
Yeah.
He's just like, "This is the worst. This is the last straw."
But yeah, one of the women steps, or the other drow woman, excuse me, steps up and kind of gestures with a small white symbol, on like wrapped around her hand, and the spell drops, meaning you just fall like it's up, you just drop straight down into the underbrush. But you are free. Um,
I'll go check on him, make sure he didn't break anything or something.
yeah, he's fine, just probably not thrilled. Uh, the woman who dropped the spell or dispelled it or whatever, is dressed in thick white chitin armor. What makes her stand out are the many scars across her cheeks, and the symbols carved into her armor. Numerous patterns, all depicting a lit torch, with the flame depicted on it with what are probably like pearl. What is it, like the pearl shells, where it's kind of rainbowish in the light.
Mhm.
I
I
forget
know
what
what
it's
you mean.
called. Yeah, her
Opalescent
tattoos.
mother of pearl.
Yeah, there you go. Her tattoos are more of the same, showing humanoid figures wielding flames against like vague kind of blobby shadow things.
Look, it's your people.
I don't know how happy Purser is to hear that, but um, the first woman goes over and like offers a hand to help you up, Purser, with kind of an apologetic smile. Uh,
See, he'll take the offered hand and pulled up.
yeah,
He'll angrily like brush off his coat and everything.
she's
Alright.
dressed in what you guys recognize as like brightly colored Saurian leather, with the first rings that like the colonial members of you guys have seen since you left Corvair. Rings just don't seem to be a thing among the natives, but this woman is wearing some. Her tattoos are mostly hidden, but what you can see, for those of you who read Elvish, they are the symbols for music. And she says, "You're some pretty wild-looking outsiders. I'm Farrell, an Aquasa. The gloomy one over there is my brother, Corfel. He's a Vasok. And the one in armor over there is Enken. She's a visiting Caxat from the mainland. Don't let the scars scare you. She's a big softie. I think it's part of joining the torch." This is all in Elvish, so
I translate for Purser. I'm like, Purser, this person might have something in common with you.
Oh?
And is he really that obtuse he can't see the flames?
I think he's recovering from being dropped face first into the underbrush. That's up to
He's
him.
like, look at her armor.
Yeah. Was there something special about the flames in the armor, or is it just decorative?
It seems decorative at the moment, but she was using a
Okay.
symbol for flames when she did something to make the spell drop you.
Okay. Well, just
I'm trying
Yeah.
to cheer Purser up right now because he seems like he's not having a good day.
That's
Purser's
true.
no good, very bad day.
Yeah, that's fair.
He just looks her up and down. She's. I don't see it. What is this, Sultalis?
The flames, you dork.
Oh. Okay.
Never mind. I'm tired. You're just determined to be in a bad mood.
I feel like this is all a background thing in common, which they're politely waiting for you to finish since they don't speak
I
either.
he's very grateful. Thank you for letting him down. He's a klutzy man, you know.
In Elvish.
I say in
And
Elvish.
Purser will like nod as she says that.
But yeah, Farrell some gestures for you guys to follow her as she walks ahead, like happily chatting with anyone who's willing to talk with her, while like her brother would kind of step in a few times and like visibly stopping her and like redirecting so she doesn't set off more of the snares herself. Um, and yeah, do you guys follow her?
Yeah. I think we're dropping Leilu off here, right?
You are. Yeah, Leilu is. This is where she was supposed to go. So
Pick
yeah,
is going to ask her if she also wears her god as a silver mist around her
okay.
and points at her flame and points at the
Yeah.
flame.
So I assume you're
Mm.
asking Enken, the armored lady. So the person
Mhm.
who's chatting your ear off is in like really colorful leather, and then the
Uh-huh.
one who dropped the spell is the one in like mother of pearl armor, flamey
Yeah.
armor. Yeah, she was a little confused. You said, "Where's your god? Where's the silver mist?" Was the
Like,
words.
does she wear it? Like, as in clothing? Do you wear it? Like what she saw Purser do with the silver mist. Like, do you wear your god like a silver mist too?
Okay.
It's
I'm gonna
confusing, but Pick
gonna
doesn't
have
know what
her
it is
do a
either. So
gonna have her do an int check and figure out what she's.
Pick is using her hands to gesture like an aura around her.
Right, yeah. Like there's four little hands gesturing like a globe.
Mhm.
Okay, she's able to sort of work out what you're saying, or at least she thinks she does. Oh yes, the clothes. Yes, my armor is representative of the Torch of Progress. Yes.
What is the Torch of Progress?
Uh, well, it's a force that lets us bind and resist demonic entities. There's a lot more to it, but that's the
Does this
basics
sound
of it.
like the Silver Flame?
Maybe.
Like I know nothing out of
Yeah,
character.
that sounds a lot. That sounds a lot like the Silver Flame.
Pick seems
Hey,
significantly less interested and then wants to go chat with the other lady because she's like, you do not glow like Purser.
I tell Purser, does the Torch of Progress mean anything to you?
I could make a religion check or something, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Religion check.
Am I on Purser? Yeah. Okay, I didn't want to roll for Lidger's religion. That is a 16.
With a 16, you're not sure. There's those weird snake cults which are not Silver Flame. They're not real Silver
Mm.
Flame, everyone knows. But um you there hasn't been anything that you know of as far as native faiths tied to the Silver Flame on Zendrick. But there hasn't been a strong presence of people from the Silver Flame going to Zendrick. So, I mean, of like unorganized effort by the church. So
Right.
this could very
I
well
know out
be.
of character that there are some things here, but I'm not sure precisely here.
Yeah.
I I don't know if the Torch of Progress is or not, and Purser definitely doesn't know, so he will. Oh, it certainly could be. I know some cultures worship the flame in different ways, but
Long ways.
well,
I only ask because
Sorry.
what she's describing sounds very similar to your beliefs.
That could be interesting.
You need to learn Elven.
I I do. I have too many long-term projects taking up my time.
But yeah. The while you guys are talking, the Drow man, but presumably the brother of the one, does come over, and once he's like stopped having to keep his sister from stepping into traps, comes over and asks Lulu, "Did Priestess Selra give any of the information we need? Most of the place is closed off until we can uh, get some of the requested information." Layla just kind of spreads her hands upwards with her palms flat in a gesture between a nod and a shrug. She did find some knowledge of it in the Foglands, but she couldn't do much until we'd gotten rid of a bagui that had escaped. These folks helped with that. Enken, the one in the robes, is following like a strange version of the Torch of Progress. Um, he's pointing at you, Purser.
And Purser like pointed himself like me?
It's a good thing
Again, not
Purser holds on.
understanding a word being said.
Yeah, no, I assure
Aw?
Purser it's fine. They're talking about your religion.
Of course. And
Yeah,
she did seem quite curious about it.
the woman in heavy armor just kind of glances at you, Purser, raises an eyebrow, and says in Elvish, "That is fascinating. We should discuss it when there is time." Almost similar, very similar to what Purser said, which I swear I didn't plan on.
I look between the two of them and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be rough.
But yeah, it's a fairly quick trek through the jungle, going slightly uphill. It's hard to tell from the ground level, but pick as you kind of flutter up through the canopy occasionally. It's not a real great idea to come out of the canopy too much, but you can see that there's sort of gently rolling hills that are common on this part of the island. Your own home village is built at like near the top of one of these hills. But yeah, you watch them climbing uphill, and then they're sort of they start on the downward slope. About midway down, you guys start to smell wood smoke, hear voices in Elvish. As you come out into a natural clearing that's currently full of a number of tents and lean-tos, there's a big, like, enormous communal fire it's not blazing, but it's currently there. People are throwing stuff into it occasionally. All around the clearing are drow doing simple camp tasks like cooking, butchering game, repairing the makeshift structures that are everywhere. There's more than a few yelled greetings to your guides, all of which Farrell returns cheerfully. And your own group gets a lot of stares, with a few just openly pointing. But there's none of the cautious, sort of guarded look that there was in Gelrol or Telbeck. This might have something to do with the fact that there are more than just drow here. You spot two Drikalak and even a lizard folk working with the tribe. So there's two moth folk and a lizard folk mixed in with them. And let's see, where is it here? Oh no, I didn't make a map for this. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Yeah, Farrell says, "Oh, come on. Thelmore wants to see you. Well, he'll want to see you. Trust me. Probably everybody. And like, given that there was no further information added, Corfell just kind of steps in. That's the Segas Agusa, or Grand Chieftain, or Guildmaster. Either translation works. So he's basically, that's our chieftain. He stepped in to add
Thank you.
explanation. But you're led to a dramatic-looking tent made from a pretty massive saurian skeleton of some kind, like one of the four-legged ones, with plates coming out of its back that look like they're made from, unlike the rest of it, which is bleached white bone, these look to be made of glass or ice. You're not sure. And the sides of it are covered in a fine set of cloth that, like, looks like it's woven from, like, kind of almost clouds. Like, you would think it's just cotton, but it kind of moves as you're watching it. The whole thing looks simultaneously gaudy and very alien. But stepping out from the shelter is a drow man who's looks to be maybe a little older than the others. It's hard to tell with elven aging. Well built, wearing a set of sky blue armor made from some sort of ceramic looking material. He has a very stern expression on his face as he gestures towards your party and says in Elfish, "Greetings, Lalu. Who are these who you've brought with you?" Lalu explains just that your group is a bunch of foreign explorers and diplomats from a new settlement to the north. She just gives the quick rundown for you. She also hands him basically a scroll of Shambu slips bound together, which is they cut up the strips, write on them, tie it together, that type of thing. Thalmor listens intently and reads through this makeshift scroll as he's joined by three others, two women and a man. When Lalu finishes her explanation, he consults with them for a few minutes, a little out of earshot, and then comes over and says, "Which one of you is the Quessa?"
What is the Quessa again?
The
Rough
leader?
translation would be chieftain, but it sounds more like the concept of like the face in D&D terms. These people seem to organize themselves very similar to how like D&D adventuring parties do.
I I look around. I can be that for right now. Because
Okay.
Purser has a sour face. I can see it now.
Bemmy's
He's in a
probably
moody mood.
He
Bemmy's-
can't comprehend languages, so he can't understand now.
There you go.
Bemmy
Very
would just
same
be
bit.
looking off in space, going, "Oh, hey, look, there's a bug over
Yeah.
in that corner."
It comes down to me or Pick,
Huh?
and Pick's a native, so it's kind of like We tag team.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, then he would just he's speaking loud enough so everyone can hear, but he does direct it at the person who would claim it, and says, in less than a cursed day's passing, our tribe found this ruin. Was as he gestures towards like the hill behind you. It was a ship of the sky from the northern giants who came after the shattering. It is mostly buried, but one of our tribe found it when he was chasing down a Kuthrik. They have made parts of the ship into their nest. We were hoping to find evidence, security that we could turn on and drive them out. Some places have such things. But according to this, as he holds up the sort of scroll that he was handed, Priestess Selra could not find much in the Foglands. But she did speak highly of you in this, saying that you're similar to the Hantar Kull, and you've proven willing to help.
We're happy to help where we can.
Good.
Are you asking us to remove these creatures?
From the area that we have opened thus far, I would like to test your skills to see if you're, well, any good.
Fair,
Kind of like
very
shrugs
fair
with a smile.
indeed. Very fair indeed. What are these things?
Kuthrik, they're like bugs, but with scales. Yes.
So
Yeah, her
Purser will
face
like
is very much like no.
Purser will like lean into Sultalas and say, "Big predators."
Right, but I don't. Sure, we would love to help you.
Good. Very good. Uh,
Would
well,
Benny have any idea what they are, what they look like?
that's they look reptilian bug mix. Think of that.
Are they beasts?
They're
Monstrosity.
monstrosities.
Indeed.
Okay.
But yeah, well, yes, if you can clear the floor of the ship that we had originally been able to tunnel into, then I will consider your test passed, and you will, well, and we will be able to respect you as one respects another hunter. Of course, you have claimed anything you find in the area, as is tradition.
Reminds me of
These
the South Park episode.
tests.
I'm sorry.
And well, very good. Do you need rest? Many groups feel they need many, many rests before they can hunt.
I look at my party. I'm good to go.
How long has it been since our last long rest?
It's getting late in the night. Remember, the drow are just like, this is their morning. They're just getting going. You guys have been like
Going
hiking
all
through the
day.
jungle all day.
Mm-hmm. So Purser will say, I certainly could go right now, but I would appreciate some time to sleep, if available.
Rest good, snack good.
I explain to the other face or chieftain or whatever. We are creatures of the daylight. It is almost time for us to sleep.
Ah,
I
that
mean,
must be inconvenient.
It is.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Is it dark in this like meeting place?
It is getting increasingly dark. Yeah, there's like
Okay.
some light from the big campfire in the center of the clearing, but yeah, it is getting increasingly dark.
Yeah, to all the drow that can see perfectly fine, they can see Purser like squinting and like looking around as if he can't see anything.
But that's how that's how that's how you guys always look. So you look confused when you're in the jungle. You look confused when you're in the swamp. Like you look terrified when you're in ruins. It's just how they always look. Um, but Yeah, they're perfectly willing to like let you guys sleep through a beautiful night's worth work, and start up in the odd hours of day. Uh, which yeah, he just goes over and says, he'll just point towards the edge of the clearing and just say, you are free to set up your space there. Closed tent, closed shelter entrance means you are not to go in and rifle through anything. Do not
Right,
take
the look
others'
on my face just
belongings.
now.
Yeah, yeah, no, he's just a closed shelter entrance means do not go in. Do not try and open it by force or by stealth. Do not steal from others or. Yes, that is about that should be enough.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Yes, I look forward to seeing what your folk can do in a good hunt.
Is anyone do they have the limp of the the kind of limp that the people who recovered from the disease have? Anyone around here have that?
Um, I would say no. If anyone did, that went away when they got a visiting holy person from the mainland. In all likelihood, there's an unusual number of casters here. Probably would not have been like that wasn't enough to keep the numbers from getting hammered, but they still did relatively okay. Uh, and I say try, but real like looking around, even with even with the outsiders, there's maybe 2 dozen people here. Like assuming that there's a few people coming and going. Like this is tiny. Um, but they all like these are easily the most cheerful growl that you've encountered. The other ones weren't the Naquala weren't dreary or hostile, even the ones living in the swamp. But they were just much less animated than these guys are. And yeah, you guys can set up a little camp area for yourselves, or set up your tent and sleep around it, however you want to do it.
Yeah, Berkshire will just light his wand and tuck it into his ear like a pencil and just start setting up his tent.
I
Okay.
will offer. I am skilled in the healing arts. If anyone needs such a thing, please
Oh
feel free to.
yes, certainly. Yeah, and there's always little injuries. Somebody smashed their toe. Somebody got a
Mhm.
snake bite that they had the cure for, but they're still feeling pretty sickly. Oh, there's always need for that type of thing. So yeah, you could definitely go around and do some healing.
Let's build some goodwill.
Yeah, yeah, like it's you're not sure how much goodwill because like I said, these people just seem so much more cheerful than the other ones. The other ones were definitely more over the top with their thanks, or at least just more generous with their thanks. Just thank you so much. He's oh great, and they just kind of go about their day. But yeah, there's definitely some gratitude for helping people.
Yeah, and unless anything else comes up, she does that until it's like really time to go to bed, and then goes to bed.
Okay. Yeah, it's like 8:30 by the time you got here, so it's 9 or 10 by the time you would finish if you're going for everybody.
Hmm.
And does anybody else have anything they want to do at the moment before you head to bed?
I guess just grumble because I'd rather hunt at night, but I understand.
That's fair.
Hey, at least we're gonna be underground.
Yeah, that's true. It sounds like
Yeah,
out of the sun.
yeah.
Pick might go tell Purser that if he likes that priestess, I think she likes him too. But he may want more, or she may want more time of commitment. But I think she likes, and he should act before we leave if he likes her to.
So Mercer's just kind of dumbfounded for a second, just looking at Pick for a good 20 seconds. What?
She points in the direction of wherever she saw her last.
Laylu,
Likes you, points at him.
Oh! Well, why?
She spend time. She do ritual. I think
Inspiration
I
for
don't know.
to Purser for that.
You why? Pick just kind of tilts her head and looks at him. I don't know. I am not soft two arms.
You're all kind of gross, to be honest.
Yeah, are all kind of weird.
You think we're
and
soft?
Yes.
Well, we ain't got no exoskeleton.
Are you all just listening
Soft.
into the background when
Little peach fuzz.
Pick was trying to have a private
feel like-
conversation?
I feel like I wasn't paying attention until she goes, "You're soft!" really loud, and I'm like, "What?"
It's because she got exoskeleton and we don't. That's why. She got hard skin. Duh.
But we
so
have
obviously,
the hard bones.
yeah, we hard on the inside. She's soft on the inside, I promise.
So, Purser's very confused. Says, where is she? He's look. He's shading his eyes as if the sun is stopping him from seeing for a moment before he realizes how dumb that is.
Yeah,
He
she
says-
she would have been over with the first group that found you. She was kind of chatting. Apparently those are the people she knows pretty well from here, anyways. So she's over with Corfel and Farrell and the priestess, or something from the Torch of Progress, maybe priestess, Enkel. So.
Mhm. So I'll take a few minutes to refresh the duration on my comprehend languages,
Mhm.
and I'll try and stumble my way in the dark over toward her. I mean, I've got a
Okay.
light, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too. It's just it's like a big campsite. You're able to between having a light yourself and just going off the various other light sources. Most of the dancing lights is innate, so that's used heavily here. The drow make pretty heavily use of it, combined with the large, the central campfire. But yeah, you're able to find over towards them.
Pick
Right.
will give him a neatly wrapped rock with a cooler rock in the middle, just some neat little trinket thing, and puts it in his hand, and then just nods at him like he should know everything what that means, and gestures off towards her like, you get it.
He'll look at it for a second and tuck it into his pocket and saunter his way over there. He
Okay.
takes great care to make his coat swoosh dramatically behind him as he leaves.
Okay. All right. How do you want this to be a performance check, or is this just you just for flavor?
Just for flavor, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. So you go over there, very much doing the
Yeah,
Chad walk, and
he's read some romances. He knows how this
yeah,
is supposed to work.
yeah, it's right, yeah.
Read this in a book. I've got it.
I have,
he grew up in a sheltered Templar training facility.
yeah.
Reading smuggled romance novels.
I mean,
The
Thrains.
illustrated ones are ideal.
Yeah, Thrains don't like a lot of frivolity, but the stuff that they do they really like. And I think romance novels are a good fit there.
Yeah, realistically, that does sound like a Thrainish thing. The more over the top, the better. Yeah. So as you approach her,
knowing that she can't understand a word he says either, he's just gonna go into this and see what happens.
Okay. Actually, this seems like a perfect circumstance to, if you're trying to communicate here. You may not know the language, but you've been around it enough. You've heard things said and things along those lines. You've heard a lot of words. You've picked up a little, here and there, like a there or here or me or you, things like that. ni hao, that's you picked up hello at least, shit like that.
Mhm.
So,
And I know her name.
exactly, right? So, give me an intelligence check to be able to like pigeon communicate here, because it's just a matter of remembering it and spitting it out.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay, there we
you go.
go.
Yeah, you're able to put together a lot of it's a grammatically odd situation, but you're able to put together a couple sentences in your head before you even get there. And yeah, you think that for a decent bit, you're able to communicate with her. And you can actually understand her. She can't tell that you can understand her, but I would say like if
I
you
think
with
I
that
think
you could
just
gesture.
by reactions, it's easy
Yeah.
enough for me to get across that I can hear her.
Yeah, and with that check, now that I think on it, you can probably express that. Yeah, she does eventually, seem to pick it up, and is excited that she can kind of speak with you more or less. And let's see here. She would do a charisma. Okay. All right, this is the night of nat 20s. So her charisma check is a nat 20. So she is very interested in discussing some things in private in the tent that she's going to borrow from her one friend, if you were willing to do so.
No, yeah, but Purser's happy to have private discussions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It may be, a little offensive to you that there's not a ton of discussion that happens later on, but she didn't want to talk at all. But yeah, this would be a, fade to black type scene. And
Mm.
she's not terribly subtle once there is any privacy. But yeah, Cursor has a not like I said, it's not a great night, 0 stars, because you don't get any sleep in this tent. It sucks. But you are rested in
Well,
various
something does.
fashions the next day. Um,
Yeah.
You
I
wake up
said
with a
what I
well
said.
rested bonus.
yeah,
Lover's
yeah.
embrace.
As they disappear, I'm like, oh, he finally got it to pick.
He get.
What did he
I tell
get?
him. I think.
Oh, so he didn't get it, but it was very nice of you to help him with that one.
She shrugs. I don't understand, but I think she like him, and it's good.
So Purser was looking for something.
I don't know if he looking, but he find.
I mean, that's good. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he found something he's looking for or not looking for. But yeah, I mean, if he's happy, that's good.
Is Bemi really this innocent?
Yes.
I would
I
say
mean,
so.
his grandmother is an incarnation of ancient evil. He might not have had the talk.
It would have been very confusing if that.
Pick is 9. I don't know if she really understands what people's personal private
Nick
tent
is
time
fully
is.
an adult by your people's standards.
Yeah,
here,
but she's like, I've been in the world for how long? I deal with I deal with dead people, and most of the people around death are not usually doing the other soft 2-legged people business.
yeah. They're like, you
I'm
have
looking, but
heard people talk about that, but it's
Or 2-armed
it's a
people.
little squeaky. Like it's a little bit of a squick. Like
I don't think she's ever been interested in finding out what those people do, because why?
yeah.
yeah,
It's like
this is the moment where Sultalis is looking between Bemi and Pick, and just like, I don't know if I want to be the one that explains this to you two, to be honest. So I don't know. Maybe we should just leave this conversation.
I mean, just what? All right.
Bemi, do you know what? Do
that.
you know what romance is?
Well, yeah, romance is you do something nice for somebody else because you like them.
Right.
I think that's pretty romantic. Like, um, maybe picking flowers. There's this one ghost I talked to once said maybe giving gifts is good. Um, there was another ghost I talked to. He kept talking about making a beast with two backs. I really don't know what he meant by that, but
Gary, no.
It's a metaphor for uh, time spent with the one that you have chosen to be romantically involved with.
oh,
Keeple things, pick flies. She's like, just goes away.
She suddenly understands what's going on. It's like, ew!
so
People.
They don't even have
So-
eggs. Ugh.
Ugh.
so when I spend time, I can do anything like you know, uh, like fishing count. Um,
Would depend on what the other person likes.
obviously fishing. Like we're both fishing. That's making the beast with two backs.
No. Bemmy, I feel like this is something you need to ask Mima about because I don't want to make her angry by
Well,
explaining this to you.
she says that girls is not good for me, and I need to focus on things like helping her out.
Yes. Again, maybe ask her about that. I'm not gonna make Mima angry.
I don't think it'll make her angry, but I mean, I've never had a lady friend ever, and it'd be nice. I mean, I know I'm not particularly old. Like I know a lot of ladies like older guys. I ain't even in my triple digits yet. I'm only 99, but I did. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry.
It's not your fault. I just don't want to make your Mima mad.
Yeah, I don't want to make her mad neither. Oh God, what was that?
God.
Anyway.
Nope. Sultalis is not getting involved in that.
Nope.
She is not. Nope. The hag says girls are distraction. I'm not going to be distraction. It's not going to be my fault.
Little girls are the devil.
So, before we depart and I regrettably leave Lalua behind, I will give her a thing.
Oh no, does this involve constitution checks?
No.
See how
So-
mature I was. I want everyone to notice how mature I was there. Like I didn't play off that at all. I'm just proud of myself. Go ahead.
I will
Krista.
I will give her an iron arrowhead. Wrapped
Okay.
in string, the way that like Pick's been giving me rocks of.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, she like assumes there's some significance because she sees you wearing like a silver one, and is a little confused, but she's definitely grateful. She's a little confused because it's like this wasn't anything serious. This was like maybe a couple years, but yeah, she's grateful and is very happy with your performance. So, but
Well,
I will
I'm a
say,
Templar. I could never do anything but my best.
yeah, we'll go with that. But you guys have gotten a long rest, and when you want, you could take Thalmor up on his offer and go into this hill and try and see what's going on in maybe like a crashed airship of some kind. Or you could just tell him, we don't really need your approval. Nuts to you, and carry on.
No, we're gonna go do the thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh. The morning after,
Mhm.
Purser is like waking up early and preparing his spells for the day ahead, which I'm sure probably amuses Lalu.
Yeah,
It's like
a little bit.
scribbling notes and like drawing diagrams and.
Yeah, she would definitely kind of like peek at it, but she's familiar with things along these lines. Like
Hmm.
that's spellcasting is a big part of her training, so she's familiar with the concept of it. The way
Yeah.
you're doing it is a little weird, but she's willing to kind of cock her head and watch. He does ask, because she's seen you with it, why you're not just using that magic crystal that has everything in it,
Well,
the spell shard.
well, I do use that, so
Oh,
I just
okay, my
also
bad.
I can't
You,
write on that though. I have to like take notes and transcribe it
oh
in.
yeah, I know. Now that I think on it, it Percy does seem like the type to like write down something note-wise before he puts it into the spell
Hmm.
shard. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not like a computer. I can't do math on it.
no, you cannot do math on it. I would say
How do
that it
you?
is. You can do like Word docs type thing though. You can definitely have stuff saved in it, but as far as using it to do math and stuff, you're right. You need to know what you're putting in.
Hmm.
Question.
Yes.
You know how in most other like if we were in Faerun and I worshipped a specific god, there'd be a
Mhm.
specific way I'm supposed to ask for my spells. How does that work with the Path of Light? Does it
I'd
just
say with the
happen?
well, I would say with the Path of Light, it's kind of a connection to the devotion of the turning of the age. Like have you been keeping up your meditations? Have you been really striving to not bring more darkness into this age? It's basically a reflection period. Um, very much morning meditation almost.
Cool.
Hmm.
Then I am outside the tent without my armor on, with my little crystal on my neck, meditating,
Okay.
so that I can see, someone do the walk of shame.
I don't think
Um,
Purser has
What does
shame.
Bemmy have to be ashamed of?
yeah.
It's not his fault he doesn't know.
uh,
It just
yeah.
hasn't been put in a way for him to understand yet.
uh, yeah. Lalu isn't particularly ashamed, given that this was kind of like something she was aiming for, so she's fine with it. Uh, and I don't think Purser is ashamed of this. It's up
No?
to him.
The
But
walk of shame is the walk of shame, even if there's no shame involved.
I'm aware, but I'm just saying. Yeah. So
Morning, Bird, sir. How are you today?
He looks far
Oh,
more relaxed than he was yesterday.
I'm quite well, Bemmy. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Why is he in such a good mood?
Remember what we were talking about yesterday?
Uh huh.
Ask him about it.
I like that that was good mood for Purser.
that is a good mood. Usually it's like a "Hi, morning, Purser. How you doing? Oh, rolls eyes.
What are you, the fucking weatherman?
Yeah, he's polite. He's just terse a lot
I
of the
know
time.
he's polite, but I definitely would believe that during the march through the jungle and then
Yeah,
swamps and then jungle. Yeah,
it was
he would.
getting steadily worse, yeah.
I didn't even want to be
Oh
here.
my god. I've had an extra spell that I could be memorizing, and I didn't even realize it.
Ah,
Hmm.
I
well,
I
I've been
forgot
there.
Sanctuary was one of
was a
my domain
default. Yeah,
spells.
yeah, you get it.
Oh
We
my
Well,
learn
god.
from our mistakes.
or not. I
What?
rarely do.
Or not.
Um,
That's true.
yeah.
No.
I am gonna say a 10-minute break here for people to stretch their legs, use the restroom, whatever they need to do, and we'll come back.
Alrighty.
Mhm. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Me too.
I feel like I want find traps, but I also feel like I may not.
Oh, in that regard, I swapped out my hold person for knock. So you don't
I
need
also
knock
have
if that was
I
somehow you
have
could do.
hold person
Well, I didn't think it'd
memorized.
be useful against bugs.
Oh yeah. I didn't think about that.
And yeah.
Let's do restoration.
Hmm. Yeah, we don't have a lot of overlap in our spell lists, fortunately, so.
I miss having Zone of Truth prepared all the time because in my Friday D&D game, which we're not doing right now, my character was the one that's like, so my wisdom is godly. I'm going to do Zone of Truth on these fuckers. Because it was a very political game, so we always were just like, what did you do, the king? I didn't do nothing. Okay, hold him still.
I have never been in a political game that's gone very long. Like, I wish
Legitimately,
I
my
was.
Friday game, we have combat usually at the end of an arc, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's see, here's the thing, like I really like political stories, but I don't know if D&D is the right avenue for it. Like I would love to be, I just haven't seen it work much.
I
Well, screw
mean,
that. I haven't seen it attempted much. There we go. That's a better way to put it. It's just not
like
often done.
like legitimately, so my character's arc in
There we go. I can hear you again. Good.
oh well. Anyway,
I
out of the
heard
20
my
session arc,
character and then it cut.
it was my character's arc and it was like a prophecy about her and her brother. Um, it was Kloshtar thing and spirit world shit. And um, out of like the 20 sessions involved, I think 3 of them had any form of combat, one of which was the final boss fight, and the other one was a complete accident because the stealthiest stealther of all stealthies rolled 2 nat 1s and got us caught, so we had to deal with that.
Yeah, it do be like that with rolls occasionally.
Like we were all just like dumbfounded because he's got like the insane bonus and shit, and we role played it like he ran into a bunch of boxes.
Yeah, like the
It's like,
Q steps into a bucket, falls down a set of stairs, like after grabbing like a box of silverware or something.
the best line of one of the best lines to come out of the whole campaign was as a result of that. Some cat weasel actually turned around and, God damn it, Drotel, this is why you're single. And we
How
fighting
is
from
he
there
doing
on out.
he has
He's
vanished from my
good.
radar.
He's super busy right now. Like I haven't even
Yeah.
talked to him in a couple weeks, so
Yeah,
we
I
make
have.
the joke that he's guarding the royal family and he's just really busy right now because of all the stuff going on.
I guess, yeah.
He doesn't actually, for the record.
Well, it's fine. He was fun to have in the game even if that aberrant mind sorcerer kind of continued to elude him till the end. I
He's
still
playing a
remember.
rogue right now and he's enjoying it. So I'm
Good,
like, yay,
good.
perfect for you. Less mechanics is what you need.
I remember the raw, like it was one of those things where there had been a lot of forewarning with them about it, like, so I know your default is pop greater invisibility and fuck off. I know that's your thing. This is a dragon we're gonna be fighting, okay? Like it's it's not gonna work. Yeah, yeah. You going to the fight pops greater invisibility and fucks off.
Like, oh no.
Promptly
I
gets
didn't even
blasted.
at that point of time, I was just like, you know what? He's just gonna do it, and I don't care anymore. We die or we don't. It's fine.
Promptly gets targeted by the dragon. Oh fuck! How does it see me? I don't know what to say
It's a
there.
dragon.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get further away. I'll go over here to this corner between these two fucking oozes. Okay. Fuck, how do they see me? They don't have eyes, Dunfaken. I don't fucking know what to tell you. They, how do you think they're perceiving the world? It's not through vision. Yeah, that was good times.
I'm back.
Okay. Hello.
Why do you keep posting this? I'm not.
Oh no. Like I posted anything.
I'm not crossing Mima here. She's scary. I don't want her to be angry at me. Her precious boy will remain her
What, little
precious
boys
boy.
is the devil? Usually more for Zach. Or little girls is the devil.
Yeah. I'm nothing. I have done nothing to influence your son in any way, shape, or form.
Anyways. So I've heard one back. Now it's Pick and not Damon. Benny. Shows you how much I rely on those names. Yes. About to say Damon. Which, I mean, I guess it could happen, but I don't have anything planned with like a mysterious element of a lost child coming out of Emmy's past right now. This will be the first time I've done a character for Zach that doesn't have that as an aspect. Like, it wasn't deliberate, but his dwarf
Oh,
in the Forgotten Realms, his like half elf in the other Eberron game, like he's had issues with his
this
kids in all of them.
is this is why I'm kind of like it's fine. I don't play male characters because then DMs can't do that to me. So it's like I don't have a mysterious child because I would kind of remember that.
Probably, yeah. That's one of those things.
There's no surprise baby for me. I played one male character for a short arc where half of the normal party was in one place and half of the normal party was in another place. Um, and I really liked playing my paladin himbo. It was great.
I don't always go for it, but for some reason Zach's characters, one of them was like it was an easy plug-in. It kind of begged for it. Like it was, I wanted to give Oscar a chance to have a decent, like a relatively happy ending, and so at least some of his family had survived from his like tragic backstory. And then with Damon, like it was he gave me like a one night stand with a woman who mysteriously vanished and stole something important. That could have been anything, but I had some ideas for like an overarching thing, groups I wanted to tie in. I was like, I really, this Targanon should be interesting for here, so let's just tie that in. And what would make it more fun is if there was a kid. And well, it just kind of snowballed on that one. But I don't intend for a mysterious child to come out of Bemi's background.
Well, not if his grandma says girls are the devil,
I
don't
mean,
you
Yeah,
think?
that too.
in a meta sense, it's entirely possible that Bemi isn't like a person per se.
Oh God.
Like he could just be
Oh,
like
I know, a created
yeah.
thing.
Could
He
be.
might just be full of like straw and stuffing. Who knows?
Yeah, there's all kinds of hints there. Uh, I think with that, Zach is the only one we're waiting on for a back.
And hey, if this adventure's still going in like 30 years in game time, maybe Purser's half-elf child is the next character.
Could be, yeah.
I have 4 other characters lined up ready to go for my. I just have to
All
age them
going to
up.
be Kalishtar.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like, and they're all their surnames are all Sindir. It's weird, right?
Kalishtar or Yansky. That's still viable, right? Yeah.
I mean, if if for whatever reason I don't want to play Sultalis anymore, or she dies, I probably will make a native.
That's fair. Yeah, I have been forced to and enjoyed expanding on the lore for Pix people. Because I just kind of was like, all right, lizard folk are doing this. There's some Thrycreen here, and here's the different elven groups. Okay, cool. We'll see what I have to expand beyond this as the people do stuff. Yeah, I've been able to kind of play around with pick stuff, expanding it a little bit. Not a ton, but there is more of a people there than there were before.
Okay.
There you go. I was just assuring the group that for once, they will not be a mysterious and troubled child that will come out of your past there, Bemi. Like, Bemi does not have a mysterious child that will show up and
I would
be really
hope
important.
not.
Because I was just
can't.
remarking, I've done that to your last two major characters.
Yes, you have. Like, jeez.
One of them I felt like
This
for Oscar,
is
that was me trying to make Oscar's life less miserable, to be fair.
Yes, that's very true.
this
So,
is the advantage of playing female characters. DMs can't do that to you.
Hello. I
harder
have
to.
had at
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
I have had an unreasonable amount of storytellers surprise baby my characters in terrible ways, including sleeping with women and using a golden fleece. So
What?
These things
Yeah.
happen, I guess.
Oh,
don't know.
weird.
Life finds a
Finds-
way.
it's decades of
That's
gaming when back in the days when it was rare to be when you were like the only girl at the table and there wasn't like
Yeah.
more
I was
concepts of that good behavior and they're like, this makes sense. I need this for a plot hook.
so I've only had a surprise pregnancy sprung on me, and it wasn't even sprung on me because he asked me first. He's like, so your character's captured by the drow, they're doing a thing, it is going to involve you carrying the Antichrist, are you cool with that? And I'm like, sure, let's have the disciple of Paylor carry the Antichrist, why not?
Sounds awful. Well,
um
kudos on doing it though. I would not
he
be
asked, so I was
volunteering
like,
that.
sure.
Tasking would have been nice.
The
Yeah.
other, I told Sam about this. My worst experience as D&D was the DM was going to allow my character to be sexually assaulted. I'm like, I'm done. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Anyways, besides the mouth breathing element, it sounds like we got everybody back. And yeah, you guys are. You've had a long rest, and as you go up to we'll say chieftain's tent or like weird dino tent thing that he's made, he says, ugh, he's kind of like stifling a yawn and just clearly a little out of it, and says, yes, are you ready? He's squinting.
Ready as I'll ever be. Let's do it.
Mercer just
And
nods.
do you need more rests? I know many groups need many rests.
No.
No, we're
All right.
ready.
Very
Just
good.
one.
Listen, he has been basically kind of a guild master for a long time. He knows some groups like every other hour they need a rest. So,
He
he
sounds
is
like a traumatized DM.
he leads you to the side of the hill, where you can see it's not quite covered, but there's definitely some underbrush has half covered it, but he pulls it aside and you see that a roughly like standard humanoid sized, we'll say, between human, elf, whatever, sized hole has been made, creating a dark tunnel inwards. Our Enar Pelin, Jarcel, created this entrance for us to get into the side of the ship. Eventually, we found a place where we could enter the ship itself uh, by eventually following a tunnel that a Kuthrik had made. The door The room beyond should be clear, with a blood glass door blocking the way. This fire spirit inside is still active, so we're able to look into the hallway beyond to verify that the creatures had not gotten in there, at least.
Good.
So you've described this as an airship. Is this like a Corvarin airship or something ancient
You
from the time
can't
of
actually
giants?
see any signs of it, but from what he described, he's called it an ancient airship. So it's
Okay.
been like a skyship or something. But
Just wanted to
there's
clarify that.
there's been no airships that have gone down here that you're aware of. There's been almost
I mean,
no
it's
Corvarins that have
Zendrick.
been.
It would happen all the time.
That's true. That's true. But not any that you're aware of. And plus the fact that it's like buried or is the foundation of this little hill would
Mm,
probably been here a while. So
cool.
but
Ancient magical secrets will be mine.
possibly, yeah. And let's open this up. But yeah, if you guys go in, who wants to go into the tunnel first?
Purser will lead the way.
Ludger.
What?
All
Wait,
right.
hold on. Why does he have to go first? Why? I just said I do. I want to do it. I can
Oh,
see
Okay.
really good.
You do it then.
Yeah, all
Okay.
right.
All right.
Come
fair
check
enough.
out that hole.
All right. Let's Bemmy first. We'll say Bemmy's going down. Pick. You guys can put yourselves in whatever order. I'm just putting you on the map. Cursor. And Sedalis. And I will not do a detailed description there for reasons. All right. All right. So, yeah, you guys head on through.
It is all black for me.
That should not be the case. You have dark vision.
Oh,
correct?
wait. Yep, there it is. I'm just was zoomed in.
Oh my god. I have no vision on my token at all.
Yes, you have vision, but you do not have dark vision, I think. So there needs to be some light.
Well,
Yeah, I can only see because I also have control of pick.
Ah,
So
yeah. Oh, right.
yeah, if you can put some light on Purser, that'd be great.
I figured, yeah. Let me.
Oh right.
1 second.
Pick could ride on Purser's shoulders and drive him like Ratatouille.
All right. What is this? 20 feet of bright light and 40 of dim, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Ba-ba. There is light. And yeah, go ahead and move as you will.
We're gonna move slow. I'll try not to run too far ahead.
See
That's
how
echoing down from the tunnel in the darkness ahead of you. Very has already gone well ahead.
no.
so yeah, Purser and Ludger will keep up with Bemmy.
Gotcha.
Pick's gonna stay in the back.
Can other than Bemmy making weird noises in the tunnel, do we hear anything else?
Not at the moment. It is currently silent as a grave.
Define weird noises.
Like animals.
You know what?
The
What's
things we're
everybody's
looking
passive
for.
perception? Bemmy's got pretty decent one, I remember.
17.
15, 17.
11.
11.
I'm actively better at perception when I'm looking because of the dragon
Yeah,
mark.
I've been there.
13.
13. Okay. Bemmy, you do hear a faint hum ahead of you, like weird, kind of low, like humming. I don't know how else to describe that.
Yeah. Shh.
So I do want to note something for like Purser's body language going forward. He was overall protective of everyone before, like getting in between them and scary things whenever he could. But he was like conspicuously not doing it to Ludger now.
Aww.
If something attacks Ludger, he deserves it because of what he is.
Oh.
Clearly, that's fair.
Monster.
Oh.
Does anybody else hear that hum? Because I think I might have found where it's coming from.
What do you see, Bemmy? He's like
Um,
holding the light right next to him.
See,
Yeah. It's out of my face.
I see these things that look like they're powered by a bunch of magic. Some of them is broken, but there's a couple that ain't just yet. They got these strange blue markings down at the bottom.
Can we move
Oop.
forward?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you come out into this room, there's a faint like tap for some of you maybe a little bit louder, as your feet step out onto um, like grayish metal floor, and looking around this room, the entire the walls themselves are made of metal as well. This grayish, incredibly, you would think it's steel, but it doesn't have much of a shine to it. Um, and like you see that the hole here isn't something that was like made recently. At least doesn't look like it. It looks like, as you just kind of shine the wand or whatever back up against the wall, that there's like numerous scorch marks and like what look like melted holes in the side of this wall at numerous places.
So battle
And
damage.
possibly, yeah. You see like huge amounts of blackened metal are around the particularly broken these strange broken machines. And it looks like there were ports that would open up and like maybe something would fire out of them, but you can't really be sure. The greenish tinged glass in the machines themselves dully reflects the light of your spell. But over here in the dark, independently lit up, are glowing blue lines around. That seems to be where that faint humming was coming from. Seems like that's still active. And against the far wall is the familiar, like flowing, the glowing red veins of blood glass with an active thing in it.
What is blood glass again?
It's
It's
that like weird magma magic door that was blocking off that uh giant building in the town.
Oh, yeah. Oh, goody,
like,
more of
melts
that.
out of the
That's
way.
fun.
Okay, I'm moving
Giant
forward.
stuff good.
So yeah, Purser will start off by investigating the inactive devices before the active one.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I'm also going to light a torch so that we have
Is
more
this-
than one thing of light.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Let me give you light here.
So that is a 17 to the Arcana check.
Nice. 20 and 40.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
So with that, first of all, you weren't in the war, but you saw enough of the equipment. These kind of resemble siege staffs,
Hmm.
but there's a lot of elements here that you're not sure. Like a siege staff is a relatively simple thing. The hardest thing is setting it up, getting it aligned, and getting the numbers in and firing it.
Right.
This these don't have any of the elevated elements of siege staffs where it's like you're kind of indirect fire. These are one obviously bigger, and two, you're not sure what they're hooked up to. Normally you would just need the this weird metal tube. Once again, no reason for it to be a tube in the first place. It could just be a metal spear or some look. It could just be solid and act as a proper staff. But this is a tube and it's hooked up to this strange piece, and underneath it you can make out, you don't know what or in what capacity it would do, but this looks similar to the binding circles that you saw used at the ruin in Mishann.
Hmm.
They're
So
broken, right? These are?
But yeah, all the ones that are like cracked and falling apart, the ones that are still lit up don't seem broken.
some kind of weapon with an integrated bound power source.
What about that
House
one?
Caneth has been trying to get these to work without failure for some time. But, giving elementals control of the weapon that they're powering is often disastrous at best.
Well, these
Looker
guys
nods
seem to
mutely
think it was
behind
fine.
you.
So these are cannons, right?
They seem canon-like to your Earth eyes. Yeah, coming over to an active one, give me another Arcana check. You're not going to learn less, but you might pick up some new things now that you see one that's running.
I'll use my inspiration on that one.
Fair enough. So what you're able to pick up here is that while these are self-powered, just like the weapon atop the building in Mishann, they may be self-powered, but what's in them doesn't have any control. They're just being tapped as a source. So it's self-powered, but the release still seems to be set up into a basically a command crystal, you think, set up near the top. Maybe that's what that big green piece is. You're not sure how it would work exactly, but with some knowledge of Giant and maybe some time to really work on it, you might be able to even get one of these to fire, whatever it would fire.
Is there any obvious dragon shard where whatever's powering it is bound? Or is it
Um,
like somewhere within the device
you don't
or
see
elsewhere?
any there, but you're morally certain that part of why these are set up in a like not quite a barrel, but almost like a tube. Peering in through the crystal, you can see what looks like several dragon shards sort of suspended in some sort of alchemical solution.
Hmm.
So maybe that's an element of it.
So yeah, when we're done here, I would like to get these cracked open and see if those shards can be salvaged, because
Forbidden
there's a
soup.
lot of uses for bound elementals.
That's true.
And it's not like they're doing any good here. We could be able to use them to power the defenses in Mishann, now
Yeah.
that the previous tenant is gone.
Well, I mean, assuming that it doesn't go crazy.
What's magic without a little risk?
Who are you and what have you done with Purser?
I don't know. I just feel.
Oh, I know what
I d-
happened. As she's like walking towards this door, she's like, "Oh no, I get it. I know what happened. It was a joke."
Don't tell me.
I suddenly feel like being here wasn't such a waste anymore.
Well,
No,
hopefully you'll see.
I'm really
ahead.
glad that you got that change of heart. It's nice that you decided to, be happy. Maybe seize the day for a change. That's awesome to hear.
We'll see
Mutters
how I
on.
feel when we go back through the swamp.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
mutters. He certainly sees something when inspecting this wall.
Oh God. But yeah, you guys, once again, it's a doorway, and now you know that like there's probably a key to make it open. I mean, that's how it worked before. And you were able to bully it using magical hacking skills. But something occurs to those of you with an int over 10, that like the Drow chieftain did mention like they opened this and checked the area beyond to make sure there wasn't any problems, and they said it was fine. But you don't see any way to open it, and they didn't offer you any key or anything.
Well,
Pick's gonna go up to it and see if it opens.
nope.
It's not
I think
supposed
Pick
to
went
open.
through it.
Oh, sorry.
So,
My bad.
um,
It's not
yeah,
a great spoiler beyond it.
Purser will just pull out his wand. I guess he was holding it the whole time. And start waving it in a complex configuration, tracing lines in the air, and cast knock on the door.
Okay. Let's see. Mundane lock. Let's see. Door lock. Another object contains mundane or magical means that prevents access. Okay, that's vague enough. I like that. Yeah. Then there is a. Yeah, there's a very loud knock that as like the door turns molten for an instant and seems to open. But yeah, there's just a thunderous knocking sound.
Ah!
And a faint, like, not quite hissing, but definitely in a language that, Bemi, do you speak Primordial? I think you do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you hear, like, confused and offended cursing in Primordial coming as this door is forced open.
So Purser like cracks his knuckles as he relights his wand and says, using
No.
the notes from unlocking that previous door, I prepared that spell. I'm
Oh
glad to see it
man.
was useful.
My ears are bleeding, Purser. You could have
Yes.
warned us.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be that loud.
You made that door swear at me.
What?
You made the door swear at me.
It was just like it was a
It's-
knocking sound.
It
Bemi.
spoke mean primordial words at me when you opened the door.
Oh,
What?
the
Yeah.
door should have gotten out of my way.
Well, okay. All I'm saying is that if I heard somebody speak primordial, I just want to let everybody know that I heard someone speak mean words to me in primordial, and we need to be careful. Because
I'm
last
sure
time,
it's nothing.
fine.
Don't
You know what?
discount Bemi.
Oh,
You know
I'm
what,
not.
Dan? You know what, Dan? I don't. You. Ugh. You can go in first in that store. That's fine. I'm just trying to be helpful.
Poor
Okay.
Bemi.
I'll hold the wand up and head on in.
Yeah. I'd
This
say
is
anyone
very
with a
big hallways.
yeah. Any anyone with a passive over like 14 or higher, you
Mhm.
guys hear like hissing and like chittering noises from above, and just it's kind of hard to tell. It's sort of echoing, but the knocking seems to really agitate something.
I hold my torch up and look up.
Yeah, you can barely make out like the top of the ceiling. It's about 60 feet up, and it doesn't seem to be anything up there, but maybe there's another floor to this flying machine.
I point out a door over here, this door,
Mm.
and there's probably more that way, but you know.
Really, honestly, with giant-sized buildings, one sec, I think it's even beyond Bemi's. No, Bemi could see it. Bemi's got like 120 feet. No,
Yeah,
he's
it's
got
pretty
like
dumb.
160 or something. He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Maybe the giants bred that long-range dark vision into them just so they could be useful in these giant rooms.
I mean, it's not out of the question, really.
What's
There
this?
was That is interesting in that it is a door that isn't made of like molten blood glass. Which, by the way, this door behind you is slowly like resolidifying, trying to close. See,
That's fine.
suppressed. Yeah, it can't manage it yet, but it seems to want to close. Um, but yeah, this is actually made of a series of interconnecting what looks like bronze plates.
Mm.
Is there a pattern to it?
Are they movable?
Um, not to your eyes immediately.
I'll pull out a knife and see if I can scratch the plates. Determine like what kind of properties it has.
What's the knife made of as you go to scratch it?
Yeah, just a basic steel knife.
Okay. Like you kind of scratch against it and like you think, it's sort of scratching, and then you go to pull the knife away and your knife seems to be like you can pull it back, but it's really hard. The knife almost sticks to the door.
Like a magnetic adhesion or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bonded.
This feels like magnetic.
Hmm. So I'll like do it a couple more times just to get a feel for it and say,
Yeah.
this is odd.
Hmm.
What possible purpose could a magnetic door have?
Uh, probably to keep something in or
Oh,
out, but
yeah.
probably in. Does it look like it's opened from somewhere else?
No idea how this would open. Like it just looks like just like the others. There's no seam or anything like that. It's just a solid piece of like. The only difference between it and the floor plates is these are bigger and made of a different material. Other than that, it just looks like the wall, the floor continues up the wall.
Oh.
I could attempt my spell on this one as well, but I can only cast it once more today.
Well, why don't we take a look the rest of the hallway? We can always come back here.
Indeed.
It sounds very quiet beyond that one, I will say. Like this, the weird kind of hissing, chittering noises seem to be coming from above and just in general to you guys' right.
Well,
We'll come back to this, I think.
I kind of want to see what's on the other end of the hallway. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Rapid Bemmy noises.
Oh my
There
god, this map is
is
huge.
another door. Yes. I know, I keep having to like I make the map and then I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta upsize it. The standard test is I make the outlines of it, bring it into this, and see what a giant looks like on it. Like, all right, I need to double it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got another two doors, or another door. So two more. Anyway,
Two doors. Ooh, ha.
Emmy, do you hear the noises on the other side of this door?
You can all hear noises on the other side of this door.
Oh,
Like,
excellent.
yeah.
Yes.
pick, pick.
Where is
I'm coming.
fluttering along? There are no lamps. Like, well, no, there are lamps here, but none of them are illuminated. It's very depressing, Pick. You've flown by like 7 or 8 lamps by now, and not one of them has the proper amount of light.
That is very tragic.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, my husband was asking me for food at that exact
How
few
dare he?
moments before
Yeah.
that. He walked
That's-
into the room and started talking to me, and that's why I was on the other side.
No, you're good. You're
I don't
good.
want anything. It's fine. Um,
We will make exceptions for requests of food or offers,
yeah,
rather.
yeah. He's like, "You want me to get something at the store?" And then was talking to me about it. No, I don't want anything. So I missed
That's sweet.
that thing. I heard the fluttering noises and the chittering noises, and we went to the side.
Yes, you have not missed anything else. Right now, the
Okay.
question there's one of those doors is here, and it's a matter of deciding what to do with it.
Do
We
the
got
chittering
3.
noises sound any kind of familiar to any creature I know?
Mm, they don't sound like Threat Queen. That's why I say confidently. It's a different chittering.
Would it be anything similar to those little flying goblins we fought earlier? Because I know they were speaking primordial as well.
Oh, yeah, no, this is not primordial. If this is a language, it's not one you're familiar with.
Oh.
More just angry monster noises.
Yeah, more along those lines.
I
Now,
don't want to leave this door shut.
I, I will say, like, as you get closer to it, you can definitely feel there's definitely a sense of some kind of primordial energy from all of the doors you've gone through, at least Bemmy. Like there feels like there's something in there. At least something that was cursing at you when the door was forcibly opened before. But yeah, what do you
Well,
guys want to do?
This is the longest of long shots, but because I got my skills from the dead people anyway, can I roll a history to see if anything comes to mind about this type of thing?
Who? Okay. So I don't think any of your peoples your dead people at the moment were giants. However,
Okay.
we could easily say that you have had some contact with Firebinder Drow, who have some insight here, and maybe other Drow to do as well. So, looking at this, you think hard about it, and just that, like, that info, the info just kind of floods into you from a foreign source. And you remember that blood glass is pretty malleable to heat, both internally generated and externally generated. Like, while it won't be permanent, you can melt a hole in blood glass with concentrated firepower for a little while. And you know that you can, like, usually if it's lit up like this, whatever was bound to it's still there. You can try and convince it to open the door for you.
Okay.
Needs to be someone with primordial as a language, because you got to be able to speak with it. And it has to be a structure that's capable of changing in whatever fashion you're trying to convince it to change. But to open a door, you could theoretically convince something to do it. You remember this not necessarily like as it being a struggle, because the Sultar Drow, the dead Sultar Drow, that memory fragment you have is just, they just ask these doors to open, and something about, them being so, maybe it's they're so familiar with primordial, or they're just so familiar with fire binding, but they're able to just get it to open kind of at will. But you know that these can be opened without brute forcing it, at least normally. So there can be complications. If the elemental inside is being uh, altered or affected by an outside force, then it won't open. But yeah, there's alternate methods in here.
Okay. Pick would look at them and say, I talked to Dead, and I remember, they kind of remember, if you speak primordial, it is fire, it might just open. They used to just tell it to open, and it do. Also, could burn hole in it with hot enough fire that is temporary, but we could try primordial and ask if anyone speak. If it is lit up, the thing is still inside. Points.
Hmm.
Okay. I guess in primordial, Batman would just go, "Hi. Would you mind opening the door, please?"
Yeah, there's like a kind of a burning, hissing sound. It sounds like the whoosh of flame comes back towards you from the door. Bammy, that is not a master. Why should I open?
Well, because I asked nice.
Give me a persuasion check, Bammy.
Purser will help. I'll like lean in and say, "Tell it that I'll force it open." I can't obviously understand what he's saying. I'm just like, I can force it open. I just
Actually,
don't want to.
you know what? I would like to add one thing. Well, maybe you don't know who I am, but maybe you know who my Mima is?
Hmm.
Um, let's see. This thing isn't. Let's see if maybe it knows your Mimo, but
Let
this
me
is
see
pretty
if you can see
scratchy.
your reflection in this little mirror I got.
It
Oh
might not
no!
understand the like relationship.
So
He pulls out the mirror. I hit the deck. I'm not even kidding.
okay. So if you hold up the mirror to it, there's like confused sputtering noises. But like, given the nature of this, it doesn't know who that is. Although it is sufficiently spooked, so I could say you could make it with advantage. Are you
Okay.
actually activating it? Or are you asking Meemaw to help out here? Or are you just holding it up as an idle threat?
I'm just holding it up as an idle threat. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
okay.
actually here.
Not gonna
Meemaw,
waste your
let's
time
get
with
this
that.
door to open. Sorry, say again?
I was
Yeah.
Okay.
just go ahead.
All right.
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah, it's not willing to open up. You are not the master, and that is something foul. Put away. Eh, It is spooked by it, but it's not willing to open for you.
Okay.
Bammy, what's it saying?
Yeah.
Can you get it open or not?
No, it's saying that I'm not a master, so I can't open it.
Mm. Okay. We're gonna do this the fun way.
Okay.
So we'll see if just create bonfire is hot enough to manipulate it.
Okay.
If it's not hot enough, we'll have to go and get some fuel so I can make a mundane fire.
Fair enough.
And before you light the fire, be like, okay, just remember, I asked nicely.
Okay,
Back
so
up this time. I don't want to have my eardrums ruptured.
where
I'm
are
doing
you
it the softer way.
where are you putting the create bonfire?
So we're
This
just
pink-
gonna do it.
It's a big door, so like really anywhere.
Oh, that is not a square.
That's fine.
It'll be like right there, right in the middle.
Okay.
We'll see if I can just like burn a hole through it, for lack of a better terminology to use.
Yeah, no, that fits pretty well. Yeah, so as you light that up, there's no response immediately, but as you sort of leave the flame on, at first it looks like it's like there's almost condensation on it or something, and then you realize that it does seem to be melting. Like it's turning to liquid there, like your magical flame is hot enough to burn through it. Now, this is going to be a 5-foot opening, and it will take a full minute of you leaving it on for this to burn a hole through a 5-foot square, but you can do so.
I can do this all day long.
I'm tracking. I just wanted to like give you a timeline. So, yeah, that's how long it takes, and um, leaving that on, there's like lots of just stop that. No, it's no good. Stop that. You just hear it. It seems mildly offended at what Purser's doing, but it doesn't have any way to stop him because it's bound to a door. So yeah, there's and you just do that for a full minute. As the molten blood glass starts to kind of grip open, you hear agitated hissing and chittering from inside from beyond, and you see some figures moving around in the dark. And is there anything you guys want to do as this 5-foot square is slowly opening?
Knock an arrow.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't have any arrows, so
Same.
Yeah, Purser's
Okay.
just holding his hand and his wand out, focusing on driving the flames forward hotter and hotter.
Fair enough.
Very Qui-Gon Jinn, Phantom Menace. If you try to open a blast door.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
They're still coming through.
Boy, that's now there's 12 of them. That's just perfect. All right.
They're no match for droidicas.
All right. Let's grab the. Of course, that's not there anymore. Now it is.
Yeah, if the create bonfire didn't work, we were gonna pile firewood against it, and then I was gonna use control flames to make it white hot.
Yeah, just like have it lick against the wall. Yeah, no, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there is actually stuff for this.
Yeah.
I this actually works on any blood glass. Like any blood glass that's not actively corrupted by something hostile, this will work. So,
I picked the right campaign to be a pyromancer.
yeah.
Finally, vindication after being told session 1 to not use fire.
I don't think I ever said don't. I think I said they would.
Oh, Bemi said don't.
Oh yeah. I knew I should have just been burning everything from day one.
Mhm.
All right. Good.
They won't need a priest if there's no jungle left to protect them from.
You know, that would earn you favor with various peoples and groups. Some peoples would like it. Let's see here. One. Okay. So, yeah, as the door opens up, there are some things in there that don't like that the door is opening up, and I will put images of them up now that I properly saved them. And this is one of them.
And that's a
this
Kruthik.
is a very big one in the back. It seems super agitated. And keep in mind, you only have the entrance through this 5-foot square. But with that, I think everyone should probably roll initiative.
Oh, those are the things that we're here to smash.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's pretty good initiative for me.
So as the hole opens up and we get the view of what's going on, Purser will call out, "If those are their eggs, they'll probably fight to the death to protect them. We can hold them in the door and maybe fight them one at a time."
Fatal funnel.
Exactly.
Oh, it would help if I rolled for initiative, huh?
Usually.
Yeah.
Again, you.
I mean, we all know you're going first.
I mean, let's not go nuts here. There's a chance it could not work out.
The odds are just in my favor.
Very highly, yes, forever.
It's what, it's plus 17 to initiative?
14 plus 14.
Oh, I
Level
see.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty silly. It's pretty...
Oh, okay. Still, I mean, a nat 20 doesn't get it done for him, but it's good to have. They still don't get to go first. Make that number. And it would make this one.
What are those nests made out of?
Who knows? Probably lots of
Flammable material.
Yeah, that is what I'm insinuating, yes.
Yeah, they're
You
not.
want to poach some eggs? Let's do it.
That's primarily dirt and like spit glue, so
Okay.
think termite.
Dirt and
Anything
spit
will
glue.
burn if I try hard enough.
That's objectively true, yes. Okay, Bemi, there is a molten hot door with like, I said not to, like coming from the door itself in Primordial and like enraged hissing from beyond. What
Well,
would you like to do?
I can see through it. I got a
Through
clear
the
line
hole.
of sight of this guy.
You do, yep.
Well, I'm on a bonus action hunter's mark.
Okay. On it.
And then I'm going to shoot it with my longbow.
Okay. Yes.
All right. And it's my first attack, so I do get to have a second one. So I'll do a second attack. Not as good, but it's okay. I'm assuming a 10 misses.
Yeah, 10 does not hit.
Or
But
11, excuse me, but this
It
one
hits.
certainly hits.
That
So
does,
that's 7 points piercing and
how do you want to do it?
oh,
It
nice.
seems a little smaller. It's I mean, compared to the enormous thing in the shadows near the back, this one seems like its plates aren't as hard, its claws aren't as sharp. Might be a youngin. Might be a baby.
Huh. Well, I just killed a baby, guys.
Good work.
So
That is not the right response to that, purser.
They're
I mean,
monsters.
it's a baby monster, So now that it's dead,
Mhm.
I mean, I know that I just cast Hunter's Mark, but because I killed the thing,
Mhm.
I think
I
you have
get
to use
Move it.
another bonus action to move it.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
okay. Since I've already used one, I gotta wait
Then
my turn.
yeah, sadly.
Okay, I got you. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. This little guy's turn. Let's see. Trying to dash and skitter here, shrieking at you aggressively.
Yeah, it has to make a dex
Dex
save,
save, yep.
or take 6 fire damage.
Yeah, oh, that's true. The fire is still there actively. I'm trying to think.
Yes.
It wouldn't go through the fire. Slight retcon there. I just mentally had that. So instead, it's going to
Okay.
go over here and skitter up the wall. And yeah. You guys can't see that, but you hear something skittering on the wall on the side.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
Put that there. That's how high up it gets. Okay. Pick. What would you like to do? Oh, and I'm not going to say it was like it's not at disadvantage because you can see through the flames, but realistically, the flames are there's going to be kind of a limited view through um through that whole wall, like something like this, but a little more narrow just because the fire is obstructing vision a little bit. You could still definitely have made this shot. I just wanted to point that out. Anyways, go ahead, Vic. Sorry.
Okay. Come up between or like behind these guys. Let's see how much of a distance. Can I see through there, like straight behind it?
If you're at ground level, if you're walking like a mere mortal, then yes, you could see it.
Okay. Since she
The
can't see
hole he
anything
burned is
flying,
at ground
she'll
level is the problem. So
she'll land and fire.
okay.
See, I don't think I have. Actually, I'll take the. I'm gonna wait and take the steady aim
Well, were
because
you?
I moved.
Yeah,
I
I was gonna.
can't do fire and steady aim right now because I moved.
Yeah.
So I'll just steady aim,
Okay.
and that's it.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. It's this thing's turn. It's dead though, so it doesn't get a turn. Satalis, what'd you like to do? There's a bonfire there burning a hole in that door. You could run through it and see what's going on.
No,
If someone goes to run through it, I will drop the concentration.
That's fair, yeah.
I am going to do things like cast spiritual weapon. What's the range on that? 60 feet. Cool. I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon. I'm gonna have it appear. I can see that. I'm just, do I have? I'm gonna use beans as my spiritual weapon. Boop
Yeah, that
on that
hits.
thing. Whoosh. 9 force damage.
Okay, yeah. There's like a hole appears in this thing's one chitin covered blade-like leg, and it lets out a like enraged hissing squeal. And seems like you've heard it.
And for my action, what's the range on this again? I don't know how my spells work. 60 feet. I will cast Toll the Dead on it.
Okay.
Toll the dead,
Wisdom
and they're not at full
save.
health.
Well, why isn't this already? Okay, passes.
Well, that's my turn.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Let's I'm gonna dash. You get up the wall. Mercer, it's your turn.
Okay, so Purser is gonna walk up to the hole so he can look through it
Good idea.
and take a scope around. And yeah, we're just gonna recast create bonfire and move it right here.
Okay,
Ooh.
fair enough. Yeah. That's definitely going to enrage it pretty well.
A
And yeah,
wicked gleam in his eyes reflecting the flames.
Oh no. You're like that child, that little girl with the fire behind her.
yeah, there's like it's not instantaneous, but yeah, you get the feeling like one round in the fire for these eggs is going to be sizzle and pop.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
And I will step into the hole and just be ready to block anything trying to come through.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Dash up the wall. Yeah, you go that high. Okay.
Oh, I'm going to
Yes.
I'm helping.
Oh, okay.
I'm drawing a hole.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's
I
a
appreciate
visual aid.
that. Yeah, very much appreciated. The biggin is going to skitter over and be pretty upset and maybe smart enough to figure out that you guys might be this cause of this, some problems. So it's going to skitter here,
How dare.
right? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, let me do this. And it's going to like suck in air, inflating like it's like a pouch under its throat,
Uh-oh.
and spray acid in this
Oh.
direction.
Do I
Ew.
get to use Purser's cover since
For flavor, yes. For other things, I need a dex saving throw from you and Fix.
Okay, all right, all right.
And
Ew.
also Ludger.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. No, just I like the idea that you actually duck and I'm still standing there right behind you.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Okay, so ow. All right. Yeah. So, let me divide that real quick.
Amazing.
That's not terrible. So everyone who got 14 or higher, takes 13 acid damage. Uh,
Femi, no.
and everyone who didn't takes 26 acid damage.
Down.
Are you down?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
down.
it's going
It's
to
fine.
hiss
It's
as
fine.
it skitters away over here.
Oh,
Um,
you son of a bitch.
I would like to take a free action to go and fall over.
Yeah, and it's very loud because I do like the image of like Purser saw this thing inflating and sort of did a little bit of duck and cover, and Bemi was like not
Huh?
crouched but practically against his back, and he just Purser ducks down as you get a face full of the acid. And yeah, it's Ludger's turn. He took a 13
Ah,
acid
yes.
damage.
5. He's got a lot of hit points.
He does.
So he will. What is this cat thing here? Did I miss that?
Oh, that's the spiritual weapon. That's
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just the easiest. That's beans from the other game.
Okay. I just wanted to.
That's
I
her,
just
her,
I was like, what is the fastest way to handle this without
her
bugging Sam to
RoboCat from
make
the other game.
yeah, to make me a new token, and it was my kitty.
Yeah, Ludger will step into the hole to get a clear line of sight on the big one and
Mhm.
shoot it
Okay.
with his can't see. That's a miss, I assume.
Bounces off its extremely hard exoskeleton.
Okay. Does he have... Oh, he's been action searching to take extra attacks, right?
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah, we might as well action surge. And he'll
Seems like
shoot
a
it
fair
again.
idea.
A critical miss.
Roll me a D100.
Ludger's not having a good turn.
It's fine. He's not gonna
21.
suffer for it.
A better turn than
Okay.
me.
You had a good turn. You just followed by a rough one.
Yes.
All right.
Hmm.
Okay, 21. Oh, nice. Okay, ranged weapon. Okay. Your target can immediately take a free dodge action. All right. So yeah, like the shot like slams against the floor and brief instant of screeching like scraping noise, and it seems to set the creature on high alert, and it's like really twitchy for a moment.
Okay. See, and
And
then Ludger will step... I think I just closed the door. That's not Ludger.
open.
Come here, Ludger. Move. There we go.
Yeah. Damn it, Ludger.
Okay. So yeah, he will back into cover away from the hole.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll be it for him. Purser will like wave his hand to the side and get everyone to spread out. And he's just stalwartly standing there. If he had a shield, he'd be holding it up.
Fair enough. And let's see. Oh, is Create Bonfire concentration?
It is. I made a con save.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even see it. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Femi, what'd you like to do? Oh, sorry. Femi, please make it safe.
I'd
I
like
was
to
about to
gurgle.
say, was that
I'd like
passive
to
aggressive?
gurgle, DM. I'd like to gurgle.
That's
Can I gurgle?
a free action, yes.
Awesome. All right.
Gurgling.
Death saving throw. All right.
Hey, look at that. You're almost up.
Almost.
Yeah, well, still, it's good. All right, so you won success.
All right.
Positive gurgling.
The negative gurgling sounds way worse.
It does, yeah. This guy's just going to skitter over here and next to Mom while still on the ceiling. Yeah, and looking down from whatever height it's at. You guys just hear something skittering across the door thing. Yeah, pick. What would you like to do?
Well, it moved out of my way. And I don't think I can see any of them from where I'm at.
You could go through the door.
I could do
Do
that.
not advise this, but you could.
No. If I look in there at an angle, would I be able to see any of them?
If you
Like-
were to be like here, you could see. Oh, I'm sorry. That's still. I need an arrow. There we go. Like from here, you could see her. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I have to move. So sweet. I guess I'll just do the normal attack. Probably not.
12 does not quite hit it. It bounces off something in the dark. Yeah, well, actually, you can see far enough. It bounces off her armor once again.
Plus, I have a bonfire creating light in there.
Yeah, hey, that's true. Yeah, there's actually ample light. That's part of what seems to be driving him so fucking zany mad is that there's like light and heat in their cozy little nest.
All right, that is the extent of the excitement that I can do.
Okay. Sitalis, what would you like to?
I would like to kneel down. Kneel down and tell Bemmy to wake up.
Okay. Repay the favor.
And then I think, can I see her from here? I mean,
Yes.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep,
so then
you
we're
can.
just as bonus action. Boop. Boop. I'm going to assume that hits and do boop.
You have
Yes.
disadvantage because it's dodging, I think.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, well.
I wasn't sure how long that lasted.
Oh, look at that. You hit anyways. Kick ass.
Disadvantage who?
Yeah. But yeah, that's very good. 7. All right. Okay.
And that is my turn. Bemmy is up. Damage has gone in. So I move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think that'll be back enough, right? Yeah.
More backer. Yeah, gotcha. All right. Cool. Then it is this one's turn. Let's get her over here. And yeah, that's all. Mercer, would you like to?
Okay, so I am going to.
There's some pops as some of the eggs explode from the heat, like enraged squealing from inside.
Yes.
Purser, I have questions about your desire to kill things.
My
Bad things.
desires are only to destroy evil.
Frankly, I'm on his side. I'm in a lot of pain.
I will
From the
recast
ground.
Create Bonfire to move it over here.
You put
And-
like little marks on the eggs that are dead.
Yeah, sure.
And then I
Yeah.
will bend down, grab Bemmy by like the collar of whatever armor he's wearing, and drag him over here.
Okay, there is a fucking VIP move. I'm not gonna lie, because bad things may have happened otherwise.
Well, as you drag him, I just want to vocalize as you drag him.
See, I'll
It was
put
like
you right here.
he was heading towards the light, and then basically Siltalas grabbed him by the collar and pulled him back into this life, and now you're grabbing him by the literal collar.
Wake up! Okay.
Move 2 further down. Here.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
And I'm just gonna stay crouched in front of him, ready for anything.
Okay. Fair
And
enough.
that'll be it.
This guy's turn. Skitter over the hole. And yeah, feels comfortable there. Mama is going to go here. She cannot get through that. She is too big.
She can squeeze through a medium hole.
She could, but she doesn't do that because she doesn't want to leave her babies.
Good.
Let's see. Let's just see if she can. She might have to because she knows you guys are the problem. She is genuinely smart enough to know this. Let's see if she figures it out.
Don't you hate it when monsters have an intelligence score? It's so annoying.
It just means that they can feel pain.
Ugh.
I mean,
I do like that we are all actually spread out. We did good, guys.
you know what? She has to squeeze through. So let's see. Let's make sure how far she can get. But I don't think real far with her movement.
It's half speed while squeezing.
Yep. Oh, she has decent movement. Okay, so 5, 10. She can just barely. She's still like a little further in, but that's just for the sake of she got through the door.
Mhm.
And
The important
yeah.
distinction is she still squeezing or is she fully out?
She would still be squeezing there, so I would say.
Okay.
So she's gonna have to try and move again. So she's got to dash.
Okay.
And yeah, she's gonna try and get to here. And staring at Mercer and Bemmy balefully. And
So I'm just holding like a smaller flame in my hands as she rushes toward me.
yeah, as like you guys saw through this hole, like a set of enormous like insectoid legs like first came through, and then this thing like bonelessly wriggled through the hole and then scurried towards Purser and Bemmy.
Looks at
Who is-
herself, or looks at her putting herself in flanking position. Click
Yeah.
sneak attack button.
Still laying on the ground. Just. Oh no.
What the?
Oh, Ludger will shoot it. As he does.
What does he do?
He
He
does
be
do
like
that.
that.
That is a 19 to hit.
Ping as it
Or sorry,
bounces.
a 21 even.
21 hits. Yes, 21.
Yeah, I
as
forgot
it,
the
yeah, as the plus to the archery thing. Yep, no problem.
Mhm.
And yeah, so roll
Okay,
damage.
and
That means
10
their
piercing
AC
damage.
is 20.
Maybe. All right, so let's see. All right.
And then
yeah, that's so that that shot went true and stuck to a soft point in its chitin armor, and it's really furious right now, even more so. It just
Yep.
desperately wants to kill you all.
You know what? That's fair.
and then he will rush in with his bayonet and try and charge it.
Yeah, do the bonus action thing. Fair enough.
I believe that misses.
Yes, that indeed does.
Okay. And then that'll be it for Ludger.
All right, Bemmy, you are on the ground. What would you like to do?
Bemmy, get clear!
Okay, I will. Don't worry about that.
Purser will like kick him to try and slide him across the floor.
Oh.
The floors aren't slippery enough for that person.
No,
Hey,
he's just
kicking
desperate
me.
to get Bemmy away.
Stop kicking me in the ribs. Bemmy's gonna cast Zephyr Strike.
Fair enough.
And now he's gonna stand up. And he is gonna move.
Probably a
He's
good
gonna
idea.
he's gonna move 5, 10, 15. He's gonna move here.
Jay.
And I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. And Zephyr Strike is a can't take reactions to hit you, right?
Yeah, it doesn't provoke attacks of
Doesn't
opportunity.
provoke. Yeah, there you go. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And come on, something good. Dang.
Yeah,
Oh
that
well.
doesn't
Miss.
quite hit. It just once again hits the armor of this thing, which seems amazingly hard, and it just falls to the ground as it lets out more enraged hissing. It like in this even though it's not a height enclosed space, like it's like being next to like a what is it? Fire alarm that's going off. Like that's just the volume of this thing screaming and raged hissing, just echoing everywhere. It's disorienting as hell. That combined with the darkness. For those of you without natural dark vision, this is you're like getting strobe lights in your eyes, terrible noise, almost stunning. It's awful in here. It's still bad for those of you with dark vision, but it's less like sense, less fucking up your senses, I guess. But yeah, anything else, maybe?
No, that's all I can do.
Okay. It is this one's turn. It has to go down, and it can just barely get into the doorway with its movement because it was 20 feet up. It's got to do that because it's going to try and save Mama. And no, there's 0 there because it's not on the wall anymore. Yeah, that's its turn. Pick, what would you like to do?
Uh-huh. We're going to pew pew because that is what we do.
Fair enough.
We're aiming at Mama.
That is not. Well, actually, if you're steady aiming, that would hit.
Yep, because I don't move. Steady aim,
Gotcha.
sorry.
Fair enough. Yeah, then Kashink, you shoot the enormous monster and it bellows in pain.
Whole
Continues
excitement.
bellowing in pain.
My turn economy is quick.
And don't forget that you can use Whales from the Grave to deal less sneak attack damage to another nearby creature, if you want.
Mhm.
Yeah, as soon as it starts dying.
What?
Well, let's see. Wait.
Let's do
I
that.
thought you could
No.
just do it when you did damage with sneak
Immediately
attack.
after you deal your sneak attack damage. Within 30 feet of the first. Let's see.
Mhm.
I thought they had to
There's
die.
there's
Nope.
a guy here, right?
No,
Yeah,
later
there
on
is.
you can regain charges of that when something dies.
Okay, he's within
Yeah.
20 feet, so yeah, we can just.
You can't see the one beyond the door, but the one here that's let me ping it proper. That one. Yeah, you can definitely see and wail it
Yeah.
away.
Wail it away. So we'll do that. Do I make you just do the sneak?
One of your damage buttons in the middle will be Whales from the Grave and with scaling damage.
Aha.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, it's definitely like it whole sections of its um flesh kind of like dissolve, turn to dust almost. Like just slide off it like it shedded as it lets out, an agonized howl. Seems almost like it was prematurely aged. Something along those lines. But yeah, badly hurt.
And
And
that is it.
cool. All right. Stalis, what would you like to do?
Uh, we're gonna do that. That fails.
Yes, that would not hit.
I don't know if you're gonna do that on that, but
I'm gonna count it as a spell one. Alrighty, 61 for a spell. Okay. That's okay. 1 sec. I have to look up the wild magic surge too.
oh no!
Well, just explodes.
If I turn into a plant, I'm going to laugh so hard I fall out this chair.
Yeah.
1 sec. I have to find the damn thing. This is the actual one.
There are some good things that could happen on here, but there's
There
some
are,
really
yeah.
bad ones.
I have to find that. Sorry. Screw it. I'll just look it up in the actual book. Source book.
If you're using the base one, just roll it and I'll tell you.
Yeah. Do that. There we go. Thank you.
So that's a D100 roll.
Do another
I'm
D100.
rolling it.
Indeed, you are.
61.
Okay,
Oh.
not
The
another
answer
61.
is 61.
So
All right.
61. For the next minute, you must shout when you speak.
Oh. Nice.
Got it.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, there are some really good ones and some really bad ones. I'm gonna call this a really good one.
All right. So yeah, Satalis all of a sudden has no indoor voice. We'll say it's
Deafened by all the noise.
yeah, it's part of that, and it's part of like for a moment you can almost understand. You think you understand, like you're picking up a little primordial. You've heard some words, and
Oh,
there's just
no.
like a really, really loud background noise in primordial that you pick up for a moment, and it's so loud you need to shout to be heard over it. And yeah.
I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on Mom.
Okay.
Shouting the entire spell.
Okay. Wisdom save. Let's see what she gets. Even with that bonus, nope, she does not pass.
Cool. 8 necrotic.
Okay. Take that off.
Was that
Right.
rolling the D12 damage?
That's a good question. Yeah, it's a D12. Yep, with the
Okay.
D12 damage.
Yeah, I have it
Okay.
programmed to ask me if they've had damage or not.
Nice.
Ah.
Is that it?
I don't want to be in range of that spit attack. So 5, 10. 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. This guy's gonna get over here and skitter down somewhat so he loses some altitude. Okay. Berzer, what would you like to do? You're Herodotus at the gate here.
So, Purser will shimmy around the thing so he can see through the hole
Okay.
and cast Create Bonfire again. And he'll put it right
Okay.
here this time.
I assume here is the
No,
oh no,
in the
in
hole.
like yeah, in where they are. Okay. Okay,
So
nice.
those two in there will need to give me dex saves
Does that
Okay.
happen now or on their turns?
when I summon it and whenever they enter or end their turn there.
Yeah, it's one of
Okay.
those rare ones where you can actually get 2 per turn if it's timed correctly, I believe. I think Wall of Fire is another one that's like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Fail pass.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
2 fire damage on a failed save.
Okay, so the one that failed is burnt, and the one that passed is less burnt. They're both upset about
Hmm.
it.
I can imagine.
And
Purser's
anything
doing
else?
God's work today. That
Silver
is what I'm
Flames work,
contemplating.
but yeah. Or what is it?
Uh,
Tira? Your prophet's work.
Tira Marone.
Yeah, Tira. Yeah, Tira's work.
He'll actually cast Shield of Faith on himself,
Okay.
and the Create Bonfire will drop.
Fair enough.
And then that'll be it.
Okay. It's this one's turn. It's going to shove by its ally. Well, I would say in enclosed space, it's pretty hard for it to do. I'm gonna say it can't, like in a doorway. I'll make the ruling that right now it's still can't shove by its ally. Normally I allow like you can move through friendly territory, but if it's a doorway, that feels harder to believe.
Hmm.
So it's going to save it's going to reaction to run through if the door if it can. There we go. That's the all right. This gal is upset, and she thinks that you're behind a lot of the problems here, Purser.
Now that I'm covered in the same fire.
I yeah. She's a bright gal. She knows enough here.
And I just grin up at her as she sizes me up.
Yeah.
Internal monologue. Why does this man have a death wish? He just got laid. He has so much to live for.
No, he
Okay.
has every reason to die.
And she's going to stab at you with her horrible spiky claws. The first one 25 to hit.
Oh, I can't do anything about that, but I will cast Shield anyway.
That's fair. 14 piercing damage.
Yep, I am down.
Okay. And
We are squish squish.
seeing that you're down, she's going to turn to Ludger and make another attack for 19 to hit.
19 does hit Ludger, unless he has some kind of
Oh yeah, it does. Okay.
shield-esque thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that hits.
10 piercing.
10 piercing. Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, you know what? You know what? She doesn't move. She is going to. She has you down, but she's noticed that people are running. They're probably running for a reason. She's going to take an attack of opportunity and run towards Bemmy.
Okay, Ludger will take that attack. That is a 22 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Or just a 20, but I think that still hits, right?
Yeah, that still hits.
Or is archery only ranged attacks?
I think it
Mhm.
is, but 20 still hits. Yeah.
Oh, it's with ranged weapons, which I don't remember what the wording on
I
bayonets
say
is,
I
but
would say
either
in this
way, 20
case,
hits.
yeah, that hits.
So, bayonet damage, 1d8 plus 1, and he will make that
Fancy
a
attack, I bet.
maneuver. Let's
Yeah.
see. Not disarming. He'll make that a distracting strike.
Nice. Okay.
So that'll be 7 piercing damage plus. What is his superiority dice size? It's d8s, I think?
Mhm.
D8s, okay. So he takes 8 piercing damage
Okay. Still,
total.
every little bit helps.
Mhm.
And distracting strike need to.
Is the next attack against it has advantage.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Then it's going to continue the plan. It moved.
Oh, why did I do that? It's until his next turn.
Well, yeah. I would allow a retcon if you want to not use the resource. That's fine.
No,
I mean,
it's
he could
fine.
also just take advantage of it.
No,
That's true.
it's anyone but him,
Oh,
and
Yeah.
it's the start of his turn.
You added damage onto it. It's understandable. But yeah, she's going to scurry over here and seem like she's positioning herself for both Bemi and maybe Satalis. So, yep,
this
that's
bitch.
her move. Ludger, what would you like to do?
5, 6. Ludger will just charge toward it, I guess, while shooting.
Kills babies, attacks her in her own home. This bitch.
And then he'll just charge in with a bayonet after
Okay.
missing a boat. And
Yeah.
misses both attacks, which
Yeah,
is
it's
fine.
hitting while running is hard. I knew guys who could do that, but they were weirdos. So, yep, and
Mhm.
firing while going, and then try and stab, and nope.
Yep, and then it's Bemi's turn.
Okay, Bemi, what would you like to do? She moves fast for a big thing.
I swear I'm not retreating. I'm not running away. But I am gonna cast Cure Wounds.
There you go.
So yeah. And yeah. Hey.
Okay.
Oh,
Hi, buddy.
Hello.
I'm in pain too.
The monster's dead.
Nope.
Okay.
No, it's not. You just hear in the background. Yeah. Devil is still alive.
It's never done.
Okay, let's try to not die. And I think that's that's my turn. I can't do nothing else. I mean, I could move a lot more, but
you could move into here if you want.
yeah, I'm all right.
All right. It's this guy's turn. Going to scurry out. Doesn't move the hole, it just moves. And let's see.
What the hell?
It's gonna try and attack you first, or while you're on the ground.
Okay. He has advantage on the attack roll. My
He
AC is
does
currently 20.
his one attack. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Oh, good.
He's trying his
Alright.
best.
He's just a baby. All right, pick what do you want to do.
I'm
Actually,
gonna fly
give
up.
me a perception check while you're up there,
Oh,
because I feel like you're the type to be able to notice things. Never mind. Yeah, go ahead and do stuff.
You don't notice. Let's see. I think I'm still gonna. Well, they're down. I guess I'll shoot, baby.
Okay.
But I'm gonna. I can't move. Actually, no, he's flanked. I'm good. I can move. I'm gonna float up. I don't know how to indicate height, but
I just write a little number on it to make a note for myself. But yeah,
yeah.
you
And
fly
then-
upwards. Ceiling is
Pew-pew.
60 feet up, I believe I said. Which
Yes.
yeah, it actually is. Okay. I did actually write down stuff for the dungeon. So
All right.
yeah, that definitely hits. How do you want to do it? He was at 2.
Oh damn. Just as she always does, aims right between the eyes,
Yeah.
pulls back, and is like, nope, nope, too close to friend.
Yeah,
Chitters
there's-
angrily at it. Too close to friend.
and it slumps and like slides to the floor next to you, Purser, and you're hit with the hard, like the fairly potent stink that these things seem to have. Doesn't get better when they
Also,
die.
also makes angry chittery noises at mom.
Yeah.
Swearing at her in 3 Kreen.
Nice. Anything
Like
else?
the most, once again, no one speaks it, so the filthiest thing she can
Yeah,
possibly imagine, and
yeah.
that's all.
I'm going to
Terrible
learn 3
use.
Kreen just so that I can be like, what did you just say?
And Pick is just like, you're a whore and your children are all worthless. Like, just the most terrible things you could possibly say to someone.
All things being fair, Pick would probably be the one that you're learning it from.
Yeah, so
Oh, would she tell you what those words mean?
I would
What'd you
certainly
just-
hope so, so that
What'd you
I
just
could.
say the other day?
you say egg
Gonna go find another 3
loving
Kreen.
yeah, hunter? Yeah, it translates as like child rapist. Jesus Christ.
What the hell, Pick?
You asked what I said when I get angry. Anyways, Satalis, what would you like to do?
Reaction cry. No. Is this guy on the ground?
Ludger?
No. This guy.
Oh. No. Well, apparently not. Okay.
Oh. Wait.
It's
thought-
it's over the doorway. Yeah, I have
Can
a
I
marker
see
on
it?
One sec. Maybe there's another one. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, I got it confused with one. This one is 5 feet from the. It's still 5 feet up. My bad.
But
So
can
you
I
can't see it
it?
yet. No. If you had senses through your weapon, you could, but you cannot see it.
No,
yet,
I
'cause it's still
absolutely do not. So
scuttling down
or-
towards the doorway. It can't get there yet.
then we're just gonna move it 20 feet in preparation for the shenanigans. Oh. Oh boy. How bad off is Luger looking?
That is he looking there. Yeah. Danny with us, bud.
Oh, sorry. What's going on?
How bad's
How
Ludger looking?
Oh, he is definitely bloodied. He's not doing too great. Though he has a lot of not great to give.
5, 10, 15, 20. I don't want to get in this range. 25, 30 puts me.
Okay, he's still gonna make an attack of opportunity because 10-foot range. So.
Oh.
Does 20 hit?
Yeah.
6 piercing.
Okay. We're gonna slap Luger, whatever the fuck his name is, with
Ludger.
Cure Wounds.
Okay. That is, I'm sure, a welcome touch. See what I did there?
It's a good touch.
Okay. And anything else?
Nope, my bonus action and my action.
All right. This guy.
We're gonna get
the last little bit down. 5, 10, 15,
blooged.
30. Can get to here. Okay. And Purser is gonna attack you. So.
Okay. Advantage. My AC is 20.
Okay. All right. 23. Is that 18? Yeah, 23. Okay. Here you go,
You have
young
a shield?
Guthric. He,
His shield is currently active.
Yeah, that's for the 20.
Oh.
7 piercing. Or 6. Yeah, no, 7.
Yep.
Sorry. I'll take a picture of it.
Okay.
7 piercing.
Okay.
And yeah, it trills excitedly. It helped.
Like stabbed through my leg or something.
And Purser, what'd you like to?
Okay, I don't have the bonus from shield anymore. I will stand up.
Okay.
I'll cast Searing Smite.
That's a fun one.
I'll use a first level spell slot for that.
Okay.
And then I will make an attack with my Bloodglass Rapier against the Kruthic that just attacked me.
Okay.
Which is a 9 to hit.
That does not quite hit, I'm sorry to say.
Okay. And then I will move to here.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll stay next to Bemmy. I need to protect him.
Okay. Okay.
And,
Demi, you are loved. Anything else, Purser?
That'll be it for Purser.
All right. It's this guy's turn. He scuttles down the 5 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. Right. No, that's 25, but he can still do it. Okay, and it's going to make an attack with advantage because
Because of what?
Because they're
Ah,
dicks.
okay.
Yeah, 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay. This time 6 piercing.
Okay, Purser is down again.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Poor Purser.
the slots. So
I got
sorry,
it.
buddy. Sorry, buddy.
It is her turn, and she, by the way, she is definitely, I should put a little thing on, she is definitely bloodied. She's looking in bad shape and absolutely furious. So she's going to start by stabbing Ludger because I think he shot her babies at least once. One. And we'll finish this round before we call it for this week. Unless you guys want to finish combat, I'm good either way.
I'm fine either way.
I have no life today.
I am good to finish combat.
Yep. That's
Okay,
fine.
we'll finish up combat. And she got a 15 to hit Ludger.
I
Does
think
that
that
hit?
misses him.
15 misses, Ludger.
Okay. And seeing that that didn't work, she's going to stab at you, Satalis,
Ow.
for a crit to hit. So
Okay.
that is 17 piercing.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
up.
she feels good about that. All right, Ludger.
Okay, Ludger will... Ludger will shoot it in melee range.
Which I think he's crossbow expert, so I think he's still okay with.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. It's an 8 still misses.
Yeah, sorry.
And
It doesn't if you take my inspiration.
That's true.
Is that what's happening?
That's what's
If
happening.
you want
Okay.
to, yeah.
Yeah. He also has inspiration. I just don't want to use it on his behalf.
Yeah. It's fine. Okay,
But
so 24 definitely hits.
yeah. So that will be a... Yeah, we'll make that a distracting strike again.
Okay.
And that will be... Oh, that's... Up does not do what I thought it would.
Very good.
One moment. I thought it would repeat last. 7 piercing damage. And then, assuming it survives, he will make a
Still up.
bayonet strike. With a critical
Ooh.
hit.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That'll be an additional 1d8 because it's a crit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's 7.
15 total.
Okay. All right. Still up, but you're looking bad. Looking real bad compared to where she
And
started.
Yeah. And that'll be it for Ludger.
Okay. Top of the round, Bemmy.
Oh, jeez. Beans is a spiritual weapon, yes?
Yeah.
Indeed.
It's still up and moving. All right. Well, I'm out of spell slots there. Um,
I got it.
you
Kill
know what I
things.
will do? Yeah, I'm actually gonna shoot at Mama.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot at the big one,
That is fair. Yeah.
and something good. Ka-chow! Nope. Miss.
Yeah. 13 does not quite hit. As she is just enraged and like it's weird. You would think that she would have like she's clearly you've heard her enough. Like one of the legs is barely working. She's gushing like a yellowish, bluish blood, and but well, I guess that would just be green. It's just like a greenish blood, and but she just seems really dedicated to killing you guys. Maybe it's because of the popped eggs. You don't know, but yeah.
I'm a good person.
But
35,
I-
40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I don't want to be anywhere near those little freaking dinosaur bugs
okay, fair.
because I'm also at 8 hit points. So I'm just
Fair.
trying to get some
No,
space
no, I
here.
got shit. I can't keep fighting if I'm down.
I can't.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn, and I haven't hit anything with my longbow with Zephyr Strike, so I can't use the stupid thing. All right, that's what I got. I got
All right.
that.
Okay.
I got it.
This guy's dead. Pick. What would you like to do?
We're gonna shoot at Mama and Wails of the Dead for the last one on
Nice.
one of the babies if we hit.
Okay. Well, you can give yourself. You don't have to move. You can
Oh yeah,
do
I'll
the
give
whole
myself
steady
advantage.
aim.
Yep.
22
Good thing I
hits.
did.
Yep, yep.
And then that's it, Mama. That's it, baby.
Nice. Okay. Mama's still up. Looking really bad, but she's still up. And the baby, you said this one?
Yep.
Okay. And it is still up as well. Looking in rough shape. And yeah, anything else?
So excitement. That's all I got.
Okay.
All right.
Astralis.
I'm going to channel Divinity Balm of Peace. As I do not provoke attacks of opportunity, I will brush my hand over Ludger's shoulder and give him that, and then
Nice.
come next to Purser and give him this. I can't do it to myself, I'm pretty sure, so
That is correct.
which
Pretty good.
sucks.
So pretty good.
And then bonus action, which one of these stupid babies looks more hurt?
This one by a wide margin.
It's gonna spiritual weapon's gonna whack.
Yes. How do you want to do it? Was that two?
The staff that it turns into, that it is just like as if it's channeling Siltalis' own frustrations, it just hits it like 17 times in the head until it stops twitching.
Fair enough. You go in full like screaming, running into a dark room and just bludgeoning something. That's how I legitimately think most horror movies should end. Just someone going chimp mode. All right.
But I think
Anything?
people are better than they were a minute ago.
Yeah,
Nicely done.
by a lot. Anything else?
Nope, that's I rolled really well on those
You
balm of
did, yeah. Like that's
pieces.
a fucking game changer right there. All right. Little guy did not like it. I don't like any of these things. Gonna disengage and go over to Mama.
Oh, so they can die next to each other.
Such
You
hostility.
get any attacks about? Oh, disengage. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Purser, what'd you like to do?
Purser
The light is
will.
acting through its imperfect vessel of your companions and healing you. What would you like to do?
I will stand up and charge at the baby bug.
Oh my gods, why, Purser?
What did you expect?
And
To be
I
fair,
will.
he tanks a lot. Like he hasn't died yet.
I'm the perfect tank. I
Uh.
will cast Searing Smite again, using my last first level spell slot. And I will attack the baby bug. With an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that'll be 5 piercing damage and an additional 1d6 fire damage.
Okay.
So
How do you want to do
11
it?
total damage. So I just stab it straight through like the back of the head as it's distracted by Ludger, and its body bursts into silver flames.
Nice. Seeing this happen, the mama's focus and shifts entirely to Purser. Like you have an
Oh,
odd moment of understanding where you get the feeling that she has stopped caring if she lives or dies. She's going to kill you. Like no more
I just
focusing on anyone else.
I yank the sword out, still covered in flames, and look her in the eyes.
this
The
is
mutual
so,
respect gained between us as we go on to our final deaths.
Siltalis is so angry with you right now. That was a lot of fucking god juice I just dumped into your dumbass.
There's a quote. All right, so
The life of the healer. You're like, God damn it. I like that meme where it's like a really busted up pickup truck trying to pull away from a gas station after the cleric gives it 2 HP and it's like, good to go.
it's one more than I need, baby. All right, so yeah, this is at you, Purser. Like no ifs, and or buts, stabs.
Yep.
1, 2. All right. 22. Jeez.
22 hits.
For 12 piercing.
Okay.
Oh my
18
god. Oh,
18 hits.
for 7 piercing.
Okay.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, she squeals and let's see. Yeah, wishes she could do more. Let's see. Is she no, no. She wants to kill him. All right, yeah. So that's it for her. Ludger, what do you
Okay.
like to do?
So Ludger sees that she's pretty solidly distracted by Purser and will back away and shoot. Strictly speaking, he doesn't have to, but it's probably wise.
Yeah, she doesn't take an opportunity attack against. She's saving that in case somehow Purser tries to get away.
There's a 10 to hit with the crossbow.
Does not hit. Yeah.
And what's he got for bonus actions? Nothing too interesting apart from the attack. I guess he'll move back in and attack. And miss. Okay, Bemmy, it's your turn. Do something more than I could.
I mean, I haven't been hitting all that much with my longbow, but I'm willing to give it a shot again.
1 sec here. Where is Purser right now? All right, so
Very nice.
Emmy, what'd you like to do?
Finally,
Yes,
I did it. I
that
hit it,
hits.
and I get an additional 1d8 force damage too. Oh my gosh!
Okay,
Yeah,
double the damage.
that's
Okay.
not bad. Pretty good. And I'm just so ecstatic that I hit this thing. I'm just so happy.
Okay, she is still up and very, very close to death. Like I would say like parts of her legs are just off. She's dragging herself forward with like her two front like claws, trying to get to Purser to eat him now that he's down. And
Sitting
yeah.
there really just aiming really careful, shooting this thing right in the middle of the back. It's like, all right, this one's gonna go boom. Still
Anything
transfixed on this on her pally wizard.
Yeah, anything else, Femi?
No, he's just gonna scratch his head and go, jeez.
What did they do to make him that mad? All right, yeah. Go ahead, Nick.
All right. Steady aim. And Big Mama.
21 hits. How do you want to do it?
Yes.
Same as usual, except this time, I mean, it's accompanied by her much louder, and when it goes down, lots of enthusiastic, strange cheering.
Okay, yeah, like the head.
Whatever
She
moth noise.
uses
I'm sorry, go ahead.
she uses like the C word and shit like that.
It's usually brutal swearing, and then it's just like enthusiastic. Fuck yeah, da 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 da, like lots of, but nobody knows, so she gets to enjoy her.
It continues her wholesome image. Yeah, the head of this beast slams down next to Purser, like still biting the ground one last time as it's trying to get at him. And
Yeah, I'm like,
I cast Spare the Dying on Purser immediately.
it
And then
seems
I
like
take a
peace has
breather.
returned for the moment.
once the last beast falls, Purser finally allows himself to fall actually unconscious.
I cast Spare the Dying, and then I just lay down on the floor.
And yeah, I think that's a good note to go out on for this session, where the party has
Leading up.
emerged
Oh, man.
victorious once again.
We have a whole nother, at least one more room to go through, so this
Yep.
is gonna be at least one more.
Possibly.
Leaning on his longbow, Bemmy just goes, ah, we did it.
Pardon.
Ow.
Wow.
Do you know the anime thing where the guy's on the floor and he just does a thumbs up? That's Siltalis right now. Just
Yep.
thumbs up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will